All right, we should be live. Hello, everyone. Think we are live.
Hello. Live, 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 live,
Live,
live.
live, live. So happy Sunday. It is Monty and your girl Joy, and we are here to share our weekend wrap up of all the things that we watched and all the things that we think you should watch. So Joy, how was your week?
It's pretty good. It was we didn't have school Tuesday
Mm-hmm.
because it was school. So I just had a 3-day work week. So other than that, it was pretty cool.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, we were snowed in. And so I
Yeah.
did not leave my house since
Yeah.
I guess Saturday. Because Sunday it happened. I wasn't able to get my Valentine's Day gift delivered because of the snow, but I got it this Friday. So it kind of started clearing up Friday. And today the sun came out and it is all gone like it was never there.
Mm-hmm.
And I woke
Yeah.
last night, my dog was going crazy, and there were 5 deer in my front yard last night. I said,
Yeah.
"Where's Santa? I need some gifts. Come on, Santa.
Yeah.
Bring me
No, it
some."
wasn't. We got the snow and the ice pretty much last week. So the
Mm-hmm.
snow that we end up getting Monday, Valentine's, and the day after was just kind of on top of it. So we got the worst of ours the week prior.
Yeah, we had ice. It was first ice, and then because I was here and I was like, "What is on my roof?"
Mm-hmm.
And then it just got snow, and it just got like I was so high. And we don't get that where I am normally, so we were shut down.
Yeah,
But
I
it
know
was a good it was a good break, from life. I mean, I still worked from home, and but I did start getting cabin fever. I was happy I had groceries because normally I get food delivered to me. So they, thank God for that. But let's get into it and the reality of it all. So we're gonna start with Basketball Wives. What are you thinking about Basketball Wives right now?
I'm bored. That's all I can say. I'm actually disappointed in Shani. For years I've had a lot of respect for her. It's because they can play like this isn't a colorism thing if they don't. And I'm actually disappointed in Jackie as well. I think they have decided to pretend like the people who can clearly see something isn't being seen. Even if you wanted to approach this from a place of I didn't real to see the smartest thing to ever do, because although you may not personally be trying to do something to somebody, the best thing they could have did is say, I didn't realize what was going on, and I apologize, and I hope that we can move forward. Because Black people, we do tend to have color issues regardless of what end of the hue you're on. Yes. And we just, because we are not that other hue, whatever end, we don't see things that other hue, whatever it is, regardless if you sit in the middle, on the lighter end or the darker end.
Yes.
So when someone tells you this is how I feel, for you to say that ain't right, it's insane to me.
I do.
You have all of these adult women of a certain age. These aren't 20-year-olds.
Right.
They have 20-year-olds. Telling this woman who not only is a darker girl, she has African features.
Yes.
She's a Black girl with Black features or African features. That she's not feeling what she's feeling is insulting.
It's very insulting, and it's like negating her feelings.
It is.
I mean, it's crazy because I understand. I mean, slavery did mess us up as a people. Our brains are just wired so wrong. And it's like, the house people versus the field people. That's when they started putting us against each other. And it's carried over all these years. And to act like it doesn't happen or it's not happening when it is insulting not only to OG, but to us as people who are doing the show.
And for somebody like Evelyn, who just claimed she found out she was Afro-Latina a year or two ago. When she has been flat out asked on Twitter, because your Twitter, even if you erase them, never goes away. So you can actually go back and Google them. She has flat out said that she wasn't Black before. So Flat out. You can actually Google it. When this situation had first happened, people had dug up those tweets because people flat out asked her, was she Black? And she responded, just no.
I'm not.
And we've seen her biological mother and her
Yes.
biological father before. We're not stupid, but
and
look,
she always said she's Puerto Rican. I'm Puerto Rican from the Bronx.
And let's be clear. I get that island has a lot of Lato. It has a lot of Black people on there. Got a lot of mixed people on there. And I'm not saying that what she found out isn't true. All I'm saying is when it irritates my blood when I hear people say, certain people say things like, well, my children are Black or part Black. I would be saying that to my children. It's totally different. And I think I said this last week and I'll repeat it again. History has taught us, especially white men, this happened with white women as well. It happens more with white women today. But on a historical level, with white men, they have made it clear that you could have relations, you could have children, you could even have marriages with Black people and still feel like you are superior, still feel like you are better than, and that they are inferior and less than.
Yes. You know who I feel like feels like that? And it's my opinion, Michael Darby. I just feel like Ashley's husband. He is so entitled. He is the most entitled person ever. And he is an example of what you're talking about. Yes. Yeah, he was even when they had the little fight, don't touch me. Like, who are you? You know? So you know, we're gonna talk about ratings later, but their ratings were horrible.
And I'm thinking about undoing them on my because it won't even come up. I'm thinking about taking them off of my DVR because see, I don't know when stuff started, it just pops up on my DVR sometimes because I said it, but because I'm really bothered by this whole line. The best thing you could say is just listen to people's feelings and just say, I didn't realize that. That's a true answer.
And it would have been
a true answer.
And you know what? It could have been entertaining and educational. Because a lot of people probably feel like, oh, I didn't even realize this was going on. Because there's people of different races that's watching this too, who don't even understand colorism. You could have taught a whole bunch of people a whole lot of things. But
this is something else that I think we're also feeling very uncomfortable talking about. And by no means am I saying that OG is not attractive.
Yeah, she is.
By no means. I want to be crystal clear on that. But there is also something called pretty privilege. And you listen to Jennifer, who's on a darker end of the hue, and Kristen, who's on a darker end of the hue. They have very European features.
Yes.
Matter of fact, Jennifer, I think, was a model. At least she looked like it.
She looked like it.
So she has very European features. So it's one thing to be of a darker skin with European features, and a whole nother thing to be darker with Black features or African features. And that's the difference. That she is darker with those features. So, you know, that's the reason why she would feel comfortable calling her monkey and ugly. I think this is the 11th season. I have never heard her call anybody ugly.
You're right. Never. This is the first person she's called
that
ugly.
Is the most elementary word that you use. I've heard them call everything but that, but she calls her ugly, and then uses that monkey emoji, and then uses it. Well, that was the first one that came up, but you should have used the second one.
Use the third, second, fifth.
Right.
Yeah, and I really feel like she feels like, oh my God, how could Chad even like her? Like, she's not even pretty enough for him to go from me to her. What? You know. I know she feels
did you see that article that he put in recently that he said something about he picked his baby mothers because he wanted them to have athletic. He wanted his children to be athletic. Yeah. And I said, is that why he went after OG? Because she definitely athletic.
She got it. That's why. Yeah. That she fit the bill. I hopefully I'm gonna maybe give it a few more chances. Something happens. I mean, they're having two different houses, so I just want to see if Evelyn and OG will ever see each other. I doubt it, but We will see.
And I said in one of those groups I'm in, how much you bet Jennifer she gonna befriend Jennifer this year?
Oh, she is. She's gonna try to.
That's a trick. She did that with. She's done it several times.
She's
She
done it
did
with
that with
Jennifer.
Jackie. She did it with Jackie because she can't have two enemies. She couldn't have Jackie and Tammy.
Yeah.
So she was willing to make up with Jackie, who also talked about her daughter.
Yes, she did. She did talk about her.
So now she don't want Jennifer and OG. So let me befriend Jennifer. She don't want too many.
She don't.
Yes. So yeah,
I don't think Shawnee's gonna be around that much from what it looks like. So she's gonna need some allies. Because Shawnee lets Evelyn get away with stuff that she would not let anybody else get away based on their friendship.
I don't know how true this is, but the blogs was talking, so I'm just
what they saying, girl?
That Shawnee was told that she had to be one or the other. Because although she was she was a producer, Shawnee didn't have a vanity title,
right?
Like you saw with like Mariah and even other shows on Married to Medicine, and I think the chat room we're gonna talk about.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that too.
I don't think hers was a vanity title, so she did have a little pull. Plus, Shawnee had enough pull to be able to tell the girls just don't talk to her. If she's on contract, we just won't talk to her. So that way we can X her out that way.
Yeah.
And I was told that Shawnee she had to make a choice.
Yeah, that's probably why she's not going to be on as much, is because she made her choice. Because she got somebody kicked off. I didn't really watch it that season, but it was Malaysia's friend.
I can't think of her name. Yeah,
but
Malaysia's friend.
Yeah, so she did have the pull. So we'll keep that.
Because she called her a female dog.
Yeah, she put Shawnee in her place, and Shawnee don't want to be put in her place from what I heard. I didn't watch it. So let's get to Belle Collective. So I don't know. I'm gonna watch it. I want to give it because I wanted to at least make it to another season because I feel like they're getting their freshman first year bearings and they're trying to learn some things. But what did you think about it this week?
I'm a little irritated with the dentist. I told you, you remember at the beginning, I haven't figured her out. Remember, I said I'm gonna hold out on what I'm starting to see what I don't like.
Okay, what don't you like? Like what? Give me.
It's a word I ain't ready to use. I want to see how it all play out. I'll just say that I think she wants to play both teams.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And it's irritating me. And I peeped that, if you remember, first episode.
Yeah.
I peeped that first episode.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to give her a fair shot. Also, that DJ lady is I don't dislike her, but her voice is irritating my whole soul.
I got her little picture up here now. It's something, and it's her makeup too. I don't know if it's the wrong shade. Her lipstick is like this pink that the Easter egg would have, and then her voice is so fake, and it's like I can't stand to listen to her. When she comes on, I mute. I really do mute. I cannot listen to her.
She has so I think I've said this before. I'm from St. Louis, but I spent a significant amount of my youth in Alabama.
Okay.
And so I would come across people that practiced taking the twang, the drawl, the accent out of their voice.
Okay.
And I think that's what she does. And it comes off very nasally. I said, if you notice, Quad does that as well.
Oh gosh.
And I always say, you want to hear their real voice? Get them mad. And I saw the little clip next week, and I can't wait to see it because that's her real voice.
Oh, when she goes off on Antoinette. Yeah.
No, when you're mad.
Yeah.
If you're not thinking, it's full of emotion. So if you want to hear a person's real accent, get them mad because they're not thinking. She's
I can't with her though. I mean, she's gonna have to become herself, or she's gonna need to leave because I cannot deal with her. What did you think
But I
about?
do like her though. I don't
I like
dislike
her on
her.
the show. I liked her telling her story about fibroids. So I think a lot of women go through that. It's something
Yeah.
that we can relate to as women. And she froze her eggs, which I know a lot of women, professional women, are doing now because we're waiting later to have kids.
You know, I haven't had I used to have fibroids, but somebody told me something, and all I can say is I ain't saying I don't have none, but they don't give me problems when I
Right.
stopped getting perms.
Really?
Yeah, I promise you. When I stopped getting relaxers, I promise you. Somebody told me, I think my daughter is 12, so maybe 13 years ago, someone said that they thought that fibroids were because of relaxers. And I didn't necessarily believe it, but I ended up getting pregnant before her,
Okay.
and unfortunately miscarried because of fibroids.
Oh,
And
no.
I remember I was, when you go through something like that, you're looking for answers.
Everything, yeah.
And something that I came across talked about perms
Wow,
or
I did not know
relaxers.
that.
And I haven't gotten a perm since then.
You know, that could be true because I had issues too before my daughter. I actually had a stillborn baby, like I was 6 months.
Oh, wow.
And I stopped getting perms, and you know what? I was able to carry her full term. I don't know if it's the same thing, but now that you say that,
Somebody said I read it, or somebody, I don't know, whatever it was. I know I was seeking answers. And I
yeah,
had a successful pregnancy afterward. But yeah,
it's tough.
and I promise you, my doctor, I said about this fibroid. I remember him saying, "Oh no," he said, "It's gone. What happened to it?"
What?
So I stopped because we had a conversation about I wasn't having surgery. My whole
Right.
thing is, if I'm gonna have surgery, you taking my whole uterus.
Take everything. Yeah,
Just take everything.
yeah.
So, but no, I ain't saying I ain't there. If they are, they're tiny. They're not giving me any problems.
There's no problem. So what do you think about Zaddy and Latricia? I think it's her name. Latrice, I think is how you say her name.
Oh, girl,
and their
honey.
anniversary. What you think about him when he said, "I got you some flowers"?
For one, my husband don't really like reality TV, but sometimes he'll sit with me and watch it. And he sat with me and watched that. He said that girl got some major daddy issues.
He
does.
does.
And wait a minute, he said, "What's his name?" I said, "I don't even know." I said, "I call him Zaddy because that's what she
calls him. I have no idea what this man's name is.
I don't know, but whatever she really said, they probably cut it. It really bothered him.
Oh yeah, he was upset.
Because that's simple. Her saying you be talking about other women. That can't be it. He said something else.
He took the Rolex back. I said,
"Well, sure did."
I mean, you don't give somebody a gift and take it back, Zaddy. And then he just left her there. They got a lot of land.
And why did she say, "I earned this"? It was really weird. How do you earn an anniversary gift other than being a good wife? I guess it was nothing about her good wife. It was her explanation had nothing to do with just being a good wife. It was weird.
Didn't. I wonder if it's because she was with him for 5 years. She felt like that was a milestone. So maybe she made it 5. I don't know.
Her explanation wasn't about them in any way. If you used to say, "I earned this, honey, all the cooking and cleaning and such I do," that would make sense to me.
Yeah.
As much as I put you first, or that would make sense. It was almost career related.
It is. They're in a business relationship. I mean, I don't know if love is there. She seems like she loves him, but this was a business transaction for her. In my opinion.
That's what it's saying. It was so weird to me. Her explanation. It didn't make sense.
Was this the week where they didn't invite some of the people, like Marie? They did the cleansing of the house with the sage. What did you think about that?
Which was stupid.
Yeah.
All you need is one piece of sage. If that's really what you want to do.
And they had these big old blunt.
and of course she girl, I ain't gonna even go there.
Yeah. So what do you think about Marie and her lupus?
Okay, so one of the things I think it explains about her is that's why she hustles so hard.
Yeah.
For one, I always say that the biggest hustlers is kind of scary because they might have shorter lives, or they feel like they're going to have a shorter life. So they trying to do a lot. Okay, this picture is creeping me out. I'm
this
not even,
picture,
I'm
I
still
just got this up just to say, we're not going to say much, but this is her and her business partner. And there's some things being said about them. You have to search yourself because we're not going to discuss it, but it's out there and what's happening with them. And there's a whole scenario that somebody supposedly witnessed. So if you want to go find it, go find it. Just be in a Bell Collective group, or even in America, Love and Marriage, Huntsville groups, they put it in there.
I mean, we just said that much. You might as well say, all I can say is her husband has been very clear that he is bothered by their relationship.
Yes, he is.
In the very first episode, he made it clear that he felt like he should have been her partner and not her.
And not it.
So
whatever
it's something, I don't know what they do.
I don't either, but it's close. They close in some kind of way. So, but yes, but she said she had 10 businesses.
Yes.
Did you read that? And then her little son, she gonna have to find somebody else to take care of them businesses. I don't think he gonna be able to do it, but
he might. I think that if he doesn't, because I was wondering what was up with him, because he was able to get into school without her. So I have to assume that he's on some kind of scholarship.
I think does he play sports?
He played basketball.
Yeah, I think it's like
and I think her brother is a professional. He was in the NBA. Yeah. So
I think it's some type of basketball scholarship.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's got a little smarts. He just needs some. He's young. We all make mistakes, so we're gonna give him a chance. All right. So anything else on them? I can't think of anything else that happened. So next we have Atlanta, Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is the episode before Strippergate. It kind of led into what's going to happen. So what do you think about last week's episodes? It comes on tonight. So
there's a lot of spoiler little clips out there. They really the whole season is so slow. So the whole season seems to be pushed around this. So I'll just say this. Let's talk a little bit about Kenya. I do think that there were double standards. I'm glad that Kandi kind of stepped in and told her how she felt. Because Kandi and her, I didn't know how they became so cool. It was really strange to me. And I think for the most part, that's all I can really remember from last week. It was just
it was. I feel like it was the best person to talk to was either Kandi or Cynthia. And Cynthia don't have kids, so it was good to come from Kandi to let her know how the other people feel. Now I do feel like Drew didn't have to do that at the table. I feel like Drew inserted herself because that's how reality TV works. They get mad at each other, then they hugging each other. They get mad at each other, then they're hugging each other.
Well, this is a rookie. She's coming in on, form friendships, trying to. I actually thought that Drew was probably the most compassionate person at that table.
At the end of it, she was.
At the end of it. But I've forgotten about that part. But one of the things that I'll say is that Kenya has had a village. Kenya has walked away from her village because Kenya is very petty.
I think she's a little controlling and untrusting too. It has to do with her mom. It really does.
But her aunt Lori and her cousin that lives in Atlanta, I am shocked that she doesn't still have a rapport with them. But even if she did, I can see her not wanting to leave her for 5 whole days. I'll even get that. Because, you could have a village, watch somebody while you run a Walmart. Or overnight because you're going to a club or something. I get that. But I wouldn't have necessarily wanted to leave her for 5 whole days either. But
I've done it too. I had a job where I traveled, and when I would go, my mom would actually take off from her job and would go with me, because the first time I went without my daughter, when I came back, she had like groupie issues. Like she clung to me like she was my groupie and did not want me to leave her sight. So after that, Mom did go with me when I had to travel for at least 5 days or so. So I can understand her. And then she didn't have a mom. I think Kenya is just really trying to be this super mom. She's gonna drive herself crazy, just trying to prove that she's a good mom, and which she just needs to be herself and be a good mom.
And I hope and pray I'm not a Kenya fan, so I'll
Yeah,
give that.
I am. Yeah.
But I hope she lives up to her expectations.
Yeah.
Because I think that would be quite tragic.
Yeah.
If she has a
would too.
rebellious soul, if she ends up being rebellious, because you can hold your child so tight. I know that I've been accused of that. I don't think I hold them too tight, but that they tend to think I do. Because, you know, I'm a mother that, you know, if I was going, my babies was going. I wouldn't know my children, especially my youngest. I honestly think she has maybe spent I've gone places without her, like out of town or whatever, like once or twice. But as far as her spending a night over other people's house,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
no.
Even with my parents, I would go spend the night. It's so crazy. I mean, like, I was just, and I don't know if it's because of our issues with pregnancies and I don't know, but I'm just, very protective. I
I
was
mean,
very,
you even
very,
have to be protective with cousins.
yeah, you
You
do.
know, I didn't even really think about that until I became a little bit older. But you would think your cousins are safe. You know, drop you off over your sister house and whatever. But if you got a little boy, some girls,
Yeah, you can't.
yeah. I mean that it's just
Nothing.
crazy. It's just
crazy.
it's a
I hear
different
some of these
time.
stories.
It's just a different time.
It is. So I guess we're gonna I don't want to talk too much because I want to kind of talk about it all at once. I know they covered all the cameras. They thought they did, but evidently they didn't cover the sound because I think you're gonna still be able to hear some things. So we shall see if anybody got this extra arm or not from Bolo tonight. Unless they drag it out another time.
My back hurt just thinking about it.
Atlanta will drag it out 2, 4, 5, 6 episodes. So we'll see if it all happens tonight. So next, let's talk. This show just makes my heart just Married at First Sight.
It's so good.
I don't know if I'm so mad at you for making me watch the show.
Real quick, if this is your first time on here, let me tell you a quick synopsis.
Yes, please.
Married at First Sight they have these group of experts. One is like a psychologist, one is a sex expert, and the other one is I think he's like not a personal trainer. I know he's a pastor.
Yeah, he's
what do you call it? Life coach. He's like a life coach.
Uh-huh.
And what they do is they get these people who audition for this show. They go through all of these psychological tests and whatnot and sit with them and interviews. And then they pair people with other people. But the people that they pair together, the very first time they meet is literally at the altar. Woo. They don't know anything about the person.
Not even their name. They know
not even their
nothing.
name. They've never seen a picture, anything. The first time they see each other is at the altar. Well, there was so much that went on. This particular season seems so mismatched. It seems like there might be one match that make it to the end. Who do you think?
Well, after watching it, I will say Bree and her, whoever he is. But then he getting on her nerves and she getting on. But that's part of marriage. So I think they may be okay.
Bree? Which one is Bree?
The other black girl who has the natural.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I can't think of his name. I feel bad, but I can't think.
You talking about the guy that's from Cuba?
Cuba, yeah, wherever Dominican.
Actually, he's the one that I think. That's the only couple that I think.
Yeah, they're the only ones that I think will make it. The airline pilot and the girl that likes to party. Why did they put them together?
It makes no sense to put somebody together who literally tells her husband on day 2 or 3 that every Thursday,
Friday, and Saturday she go drink with her friends.
With my friend.
Why did you even get married? Why do you get married when you still want to do all that?
It just makes no sense to me. None. And then that other couple, I ain't gonna even say why I think she distancing herself with the guy from the 80s.
Oh,
why do you think she distancing herself?
Oh no.
I'm gonna tell you why I think so. You want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I just think it was just bad.
Yeah,
I think
it was not what she liked.
It was bad.
Yeah,
that's what
bad,
I think. I don't know them. Now let's talk about Chris and Paige.
Oh,
guy named Chris, when he sees his wife, he literally says, OFUCK.
Oh,
he literally curses. and not in a
Yes.
good way. He was unattracted to her, so he claims. But they all bragging about how bad bad meaning good, how
Good.
beautiful her body is.
I
So
mean,
they
the
get
friends,
married.
even the daddy was
Yeah,
like, man,
everybody's talking
look at
about
her. Yes.
right. So they get married, and
Mm-hmm.
he's like, oh, I just can't see this woman as my wife behind the scenes into the TV, but he sleeps with her the wedding
How
night
many
and the
times?
next
How many times you sleep with
at
her?
least twice.
Yeah, at least. Right.
And on the next day, next morning, he the day after the wedding, yeah, keep that up.
Now I'm
The
keeping
day
this no
after the
secret.
wedding, he goes downstairs to get the breakfast menus and don't come back for hours. And then finally comes back and tell her he had a panic attack, and then tells her to her face that she's not attracted. He's not attracted to her.
He's not attracted to her face.
That's day two.
Day two of
Day
marriage.
two.
Right.
Okay, but they about to go on their honeymoon. She's ticked off about it and confused. He apologizes. They go on their honeymoon, which is Vegas. And all the couples go on the honeymoon together. They're in different rooms, of course, but they're all together. They get to Vegas and go to sleep that night. Day 3, he claims that morning that he got a phone call from his ex-fiance.
Oh, I got a picture of her. We'll show her in a minute.
She's pregnant, and we're going to get to her in a second.
Yeah.
So the ex-fiance is pregnant. So she's like, Lord, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to do this? He tells her all the right things, that in life, God comes first, then my wife, then my children.
Right.
So, we're going to approach this in a way that my children is going to come. You're going to come before everybody. So she's a woman of God. She takes it at face value and move on. And, oh, Lord, he has to tell the group. And there's this group, the drinking group, who's always late. He tells them, and everybody supports them except that drinking group. That it wasn't that they didn't support him, but they kind of came in late and they was asking him questions.
They just had questions. Yeah, right. They just had questions.
And the biggest question is, are you sure it's yours? Now, that would have been my first thought. But if you had only met somebody a couple of times, that's just not something you tell them.
That's true. But did we miss a part? Because didn't he say?
I was just gonna say at the end of that, they talked a little bit. People kept saying, I got y'all back, whatever. But he made it clear, I really would like for you all, you're gonna hear about this, I'm sure. I'm just telling you all so you hear it directly from me. But if you all could, please respect this situation.
Yes, he does.
In other words, stay out of his business. And he said it very respectfully. He said it, she didn't. And she keeps saying that, telling the girls that I think this is my faith being tested. I'm going to push through. And she said that about 50 times.
She's trying to convince herself. I'm telling you, she's trying to convince herself.
So this is where it gets interesting. Now, I think it's got to be day 4 or 5. The next day, they went out like, what is it? Motorboat ride? Not motor. What do you call them? The 3-4-wheel
ATVs, ATV kind of thing. Yeah.
And when they were out, the girl who drink all the time,
the drunk,
because they are drinking, because both of them have been toasted. Earlier that day, they was so toasted. He didn't say, he wanted to say white girl wasted, but I forgot what word he used. They were wasted. Not when they were on the ATVs, but earlier.
Yeah.
So they go on these ATVs, and the 2 girls, both of them was white. One of the girls that's white is actually with the black guy this year. They put him with a black guy. They put her with a black guy. One of the things that he said, the 2 white girls come to him and say, I'm really concerned about Paige. And he was like, this fake concern, y'all, just stop. It really should have stopped there, but they kept going on and on and on. And he basically went off on them. And the husband sat around and watched. And the other black guy who's with the white girl, I can't think of her name.
I can't either, which is so bad. I just know their job.
I don't want to call them the white girl and the black guy. But y'all get my point. He said nothing. If you notice,
he didn't. He was quiet.
I believe he wasn't, because Chris had asked them respectfully to stay out of my business.
But did you miss the part where he says she's pregnant and he thinks he still loves her. That's the
No,
part.
I haven't even got because that.
Okay, I want to make sure we let them know that. Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead.
that hadn't happened yet.
Okay,
So because that happened as they were packing to leave, they're
so
still
this,
in
I
Vegas.
think that's what the
Yeah.
picture I got up now.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, split 50-50. Yeah, he has no concept of what being married
Nothing.
to.
Yeah.
Nothing. If you're reading this caption, none. So that evening they get together, and that evening when they get together, they're sitting around a table, all the couples, and the guy, the drunk guy,
We gotta learn their names.
I gotta learn they died. Told Chris, don't you ever talk to my wife like that. He was like, I asked your wife respectfully to stay out my business, and she can't. I don't owe her no respect because she don't respect me. And all I kept thinking is, he's right. You can't set boundaries for people when you've already crossed them.
The line.
Yeah, I mean, he was clear. That's all he had to give. You can't say that you're concerned about Paige. You don't even know Paige. You just met her too. Be honest, he don't know her.
But he seems like he
don't know
care
her.
about Paige more than Chris. I'm gonna say that,
Right.
but go ahead.
And one of the things that Chris said, girl, he called them drunkards.
Drunkards.
And I said, boy, that's a man that read the Bible.
Yeah,
Don't
he read it.
nobody, but that's
He
biblical.
don't follow it, but he read
He
it.
read
That's
it.
what he
He
read it,
read it.
honey.
Yeah, I was cracking up. We called them drunkards.
I do think that he was upset. What do you think about him charging at him? Like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Do you think that was called for?
No, but I think that he came at them in such a forceful way that he had to return it. I'm gonna give you the same energy you giving me. And this is what makes it so bad. Because they be drinking and coming late, Chris had apologized to the table.
He did.
You know, that's not his fault. He can't keep giving two apologies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand it, but yeah, I can't get with Chris though.
Saying, oh, he wasn't gonna never apologize to them. I said he apologized to the whole table. That's a lie. They said they're always late because they have to do so many of those. I do believe it. Yeah. That they have to be, but okay, that's the only nice thing that I'm gonna say about Chris. When it was time,
I ain't got nothing to say about the boy. Ooh.
On the last day of the honeymoon, they're packing, and he first of all says they figured out that she's gonna move in with him. And one of the things that he said was they should split any money that they get 50-50. And she's like, what? And she also asked him about, you know, when we get back home, how are you going to approach this whole baby mama thing? And he said, well, the thought has come up that I'm, you know, thinking about getting back with her because I'm still in love with her.
I'm still in love with her. And the girl sit there and didn't say nothing.
I mean, what should she have said? I don't know if I would. There are no words. A man who's in love with another woman should have never applied for this show.
Yes, that was my thing. How did he get? I mean, they should have never picked, and he should just leave. Like she should leave. Like
allegedly, they gave her the option to.
But I would have walked out and left. She stayed there and probably slept with. I can't. And I feel like people who use God as a reason to stay in a bad situation don't sit well with me. God would not want you to sit in that. And you can say that's the voice of God. No, that's the voice of you. Yeah. Even if you realize if that ain't the voice of God, because it would never be. That's the voice of you. And that's what you want to do. Don't blame that on God. And so she's successful. She's pretty. She's smart. She's all these things. And yet she's settling for this foolish of a man. He's a fool of a man.
Mm-hmm.
So what about the rumor that, okay, so allegedly the girl is not pregnant, right?
I forgot about that. Yeah. So, you know, he's gotten so much backlash. He's been speaking in whatever the name of that group is that you got to have an iPhone to be in.
Club room, clubhouse, club chat, whatever. Yeah.
I'm an Android girl, so I don't know.
Me too.
So he's been having meetings in there because he's been getting so much backlash. And this young lady up here is Mercedes, and that's supposedly his former fiance.
Yeah, you can find her on Instagram. I did take her Instagram name off because if you're gonna find her, you're gonna find her on your own. But this is her post. Yeah, she don't look pregnant. This is recent, right?
Allegedly, somebody
Yeah.
recently, this is her. She posted this like, I want to say in the last week because it's been her birthday.
Yeah.
And they were they were seen in Cancun, and a girl took a picture of her and Chris together.
Yeah.
In Cancun.
And she was not pregnant.
With her, the young lady that's on the screen.
Yeah.
And she was not pregnant.
And she should be very pregnant by now, right?
Right. Because they got married in August.
Yep.
So if she was 6 or 7 weeks in August, you know, she should be due. It's later February.
Yeah, she should be, at least you could see a bump. She was snatched, okay?
No, it ain't no bump. I'm just
saying, even if she was skinny, because I know a few people are skinny, but she's not in that weight. I mean, I'm not saying she's big, but I know some people who you just see a little bump. So even if at a lot of months,
she would at least be 7, 8 months.
Yeah, she would be. Yeah. And she snatched. I mean, she got it honey tight. It's tied. So they said that he just used it as an excuse because
they said, yeah, he's allegedly used as an excuse to get out of his marriage. Well, this upcoming episode, I think the girl is going to be there. And Pastor Kyle, one of the experts, I don't know if it was an interview or he posted on Instagram or Facebook, I don't know, where he said he did give Paige the option. Oh, and they are so ticked off at him and have been all the experts and have been so vocal about it that even Dr. Pepper, the psychologist, and they kept referring to him as that man and stuff. And he's
no, girl, where's this at? I gotta find it.
I thought I sent that in the.
You might. I'ma look.
If I didn't, I don't know if I. I thought I sent it. If I did, then I didn't screenshot it when I came. Okay. Because he was bothered. He was like, "I'm not that man. I have a name." So, yeah,
it's just horrible.
But I will say this, you know. Oh, and he talked about them. He said, "You all's rate. This is I can't remember what season this is, but they only have a 30% rate. They got a 70% rate of divorce, basically. 30% chance.
Really?
He broke it down on all the couples. He was just like, you know, one of the things that I will, in Pastor Kyle's defense, those two, the white ladies,
the psychiatrists and stuff,
they're the ones that wanted to pick Paige. Pastor Kyle said, "I'm really worried about him being attracted to her."
Really?
So he was, and he verbally said that out of his mouth. So
because
he aware,
you can tell by talking to him that he has a certain, he's very picky. He's very selective, even like his shoes, what he wears, his hair. Like he feels like they have to look a certain way and be a certain way. Not saying that he doesn't like black women, because that girl was clearly black that we just showed. It's just he likes a certain look, and people have a pick or what they like. I mean, you can't knock them for that. So they set Paige up to fail, and I think that's so wrong. It's just so wrong. That was bad on her. I mean, I feel sorry for her. I feel like she's stay in this situation. But I feel like she's a person, once I get married, I want to get divorced. But this just ain't the way.
Yeah, this ain't the way. Yeah.
And I hate
this season is just bad.
But you can't stop watching. I just can't.
Not bad. Like it's
but just the
matches that they put together are just insane.
What do you think about the I hate to say the white and black, the interracial couple? Do you think they'll make it?
Now they might.
Okay. Yeah, they're my only other one I think might.
Yeah, they might. They might. Virginia is the girl. I think
that drinks.
Yeah, that drinks.
Yeah, she the drinker. I know Virginia name because she the drinker. I don't know her husband name though. He a pilot. But see, he can't be drinking like that as a pilot.
That was one. And he was so drunk when they were sitting at that table. He said, "You nice, aren't you?" You could tell he was just sitting there just trying to hold it together.
Because that's not his life though. He's trying to keep up with her.
Did you see all that liquor that was on their room?
It's a prop for their room. Like it's just like the third person in the room is their alcohol. It's just like, what is going on?
That was crazy. I'm like,
I can't keep doing this.
I guess I'm just a girl that even in my younger years, I never did like the thought of being drunk.
Me
I
either.
can't, you know, I get that some people like to drink and maybe the warmness of the alcohol where you kind of mellow. I never wanted to be drunk. Like I didn't get like out of control. No.
Mhm. When I drink, I get sleepy. So I'm like probably the craziest drunk. You saw me that one time I had a little drink. I was sliding on down, honey. I don't know what it is, but I get so sleepy.
I was so careful,
I
but
was like, I
girl,
can't
you
take
said
it.
all the way back.
I was like, I can't stay up. So I don't even know why I did it. Because I mean, I remember when I was with my friends, and I'm not gonna lie, I literally went to sleep in the bathroom at the place where we're at. I was on the floor. I was so ashamed, but I was so sleepy. They had to come get me when it was time to go. I was tired. So I don't drink often. So,
Yeah.
but I cannot wait for next week to see. Hey, I want to see what Paige is gonna do. I want to see her just finally say, "I'm not gonna stand this." I don't know. I feel like he gonna leave her, but we shall see.
He's a coward though.
And
Because he could have
yeah.
did what Jeffy did. If you watch
Who?
the season, what city were they in? I can't remember what city. Their names is Jeffy and Shanice. She
Okay.
was a beautician and he was a school teacher. And he was not attracted to her. This is a black couple too, like
And
at
he
all.
said it.
He didn't. I think he may have said it, but he didn't say it repeatedly the way Chris does.
That Chris is. Mm-hmm.
And he was very distant. Like he didn't do. If he didn't say it, it was probably worse because he showed it.
Oh.
He wouldn't sleep in a bed with her. Even when they moved into the apartment, one time he was sleeping on a couch, I think on her honeymoon. And then when they got to the apartment, he slept on the floor. Cause see, back then the couples had to find a place. They didn't put them all in the same building. They do it a little bit different now. So it was a little bit different. And he showed that he wasn't attracted to her. And
so he didn't sleep with her like this Chris.
Oh no.
See?
As a matter of fact, that was irritating her because she wanted to.
Oh,
and
it's kind of sad to be in a relationship with somebody who don't find you attractive.
And she's a pretty girl. She wasn't. Shanice she's not unattractive.
Yeah,
it just wasn't his type.
some people
and his
just
family
like
is Haitian. His family was Haitian.
Okay,
so this wasn't about color. This wasn't no color issue or anything like that. He just wasn't. And Shanice,
I think I remember that.
She gave him like a little strip dance.
Yeah, she really liked him.
And he
was younger than her, right? And she wore her hair natural sometime and something. Because her mom was like, I want him to see you with your natural hair and your. I didn't finish watching it, but I do remember that one.
But I really and they worked it out. One of the things that she said, and she said it in tears, but I think the difference, because they compared Chris's relationship with Jeffy and Shanice. And one of the things that Shanice told him once was like, yo, whatever you're feeling about me, about the attraction, okay, that's life. All I'm telling you to do is let's do this process and give it a shot. If we come out on the end of it saying no, then we say no. But you're not even trying because of the fact that you don't find her attractive. You're just shut down.
She was pretty. I remember her.
These things alone.
But did they end up staying together? Because I didn't end up watching.
They're still married. Yes. No, they're still married.
Paige could have made it.
Yes. This is when you are with somebody that, because I remember when she said that to him, she said it better than I'm saying it.
Yeah.
Like, it's been a minute. But at the end of it, I remember him closing his eyes and opening. He was just like, "You're right. I'm not trying." Yeah. And that's what she told him. She was just like, "Just try. I ain't trying to say that you trying to like me. Just finish this process because it really is an experiment.
It is.
So just finish the process. Don't shut down from the process." And once he opened up, they get along well, and he crazy about her.
I think that is so good.
Yeah. because they're on. As a matter of fact, remember I was telling you to watch the other show, Couples Cam, that comes on the day after. They're on that show.
I'm gonna have to look that up and see, because I really like them. I like them as a couple. When he didn't like her, I stopped watching it because it kind of broke my heart.
Well,
I was like,
yeah, you should have kept on, because
yeah.
if you work the process, you know, they usually match people for a reason.
This season they just didn't do too good.
Yeah.
But it's good TV. So I can't wait for next week to see what's gonna happen. I can't,
because they get into a big fight. So
yeah.
It's Chris and Paige. So I'm eager to see that as well.
So next we're gonna talk about New Jersey. Now I'm gonna say this. I watched New Jersey up into the family. I think it was season 4 or 5, where they just started having all these family dramas, and I was like, I cannot stand to see a family fight like this. So I stopped. Well, once we started doing this, I said I gotta catch up. So I watched all the reunions from 6 until 10, and then I watched the first episode of this season, which I think is 11. Oh my God.
New Jersey came out with a banger, honey. That they did.
Somebody's trying to get in. Let me see who this is. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, who is this?
Who does this sound like? It's Santa Claus.
That's Callie.
Kelly, is that you? I had to change your name. You had your number up there. What are you doing, girl?
I just figured I'd go ahead and dial in. I just got through watching what you call the Real Housewives of Potomac rerun. But don't let me you guys hold on. I'll chime in. I don't want to hold you up.
Yeah. So right now we're talking about New Jersey. I don't know if you watched them, but if not, you need to watch the episode 1 of this season, because it's fire. It's crazy.
What you said was American Medicine?
No, Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Oh, New Jersey. Okay, yeah.
I did not think I would like it. I watched the reunions, and those ladies are crazy. The whole family, everybody's crazy. And I will say this: I thought that they only made the husbands of the Black people come. No, their husband come every time. But you know why I think it is? Because it's more of a family. Like, they really show their husbands. I don't know why, and their boyfriends. But what did you think about the first episode, Joy?
It was a banger. That's all I can say. Is that New Jersey came out kicking and screaming. They did. And I was surprised to see their ratings though. So
we're gonna talk about the ratings, Callie. I don't know if you'll be able to see what I'm showing. You probably can look on the computer.
They came out with a banger. I think the biggest takeout was Teresa. Pretty much the whole thing was about Jackie husband. She gave her husband, the lady that's on if you're looking at it on the right, she gave her husband a birthday party, and at the birthday party, Teresa on the left goes at the party is telling people that she heard Jackie's husband was cheating, doing something at the gym.
And this is at his birthday party. She's going to every person at the party saying, did you hear what he's doing at the gym? Did you hear what he's doing at the gym? And I'm sitting there like, why are you doing this, Teresa?
Right. So of course,
page 6. You hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. What you say?
I read on page 6 that they're saying the reason Teresa did that at that party when there was more people there is because she's fearing losing her job on the show, that she doesn't have anything juicy to talk about anymore. So that's a way for her to bring in a little drama and to hopefully get to stay on the show longer. She's scared of losing her job, they say.
Because they are getting rid of all the OGs. But Andy loves Teresa.
The main, she said that as well. She said because of all the other OGs that are getting cut. So I'll post that on the page, but that's what page 6 is.
Okay. You show us that.
I don't know if that's true. Because I can't imagine watching this show without Jackie.
Teresa.
I mean, without Teresa, I just honestly couldn't. I'm not saying that that's not how she feels, but I can't be clearer that if Teresa left, I would absolutely have no problem taking Housewives of New Jersey off of my DVR list.
I'm gonna tell you why I think she did it. In my opinion, is because at the last reunion I watched, they asked her, what kind of man do you want? And she said, I want me a good, nice Jewish man. And you know who's married to a nice Jewish man?
She is.
Jackie.
No.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's trying to mess up their relationship. But that's not even what the bad part was. So what's her name? Margaret had a sit down with Jackie and Teresa.
Yeah.
And what happened?
At the sit down, Teresa, they're going backwards and forth. And this is the part that I have no respect for. Because, okay, here it is. So basically, Jackie's asking Teresa to take it back. That she really didn't hear it. And then Jackie blurts out, well, I heard that Gia snorts coke at parties in the bathroom. And
yeah.
So, and Gia is Teresa's then 19-year-old daughter who's in college.
And I didn't see a problem with it. I'm going to say we're going to be opposite. Go ahead.
The issue was now everybody's coming out saying, oh, it was an analogy. So immediately after the episode, Jackie says it was an analogy. To me, an analogy is made clear. An analogy is, oh, so you're going to keep lying about my husband. Okay. Then if you're going to keep on lying about my husband, then I heard Gia snorts coke. I
felt like she did that though, because I feel like this is how I watched it. Jackie was like, Teresa, take it back. She went off, this is a lie. Then she said, Jackie, my husband, this is hurting him. Can you please stop saying this about my husband? So first she went on, take it back, it's a lie. Then she went on the emotions of even how her husband felt. And Teresa was like, wouldn't do it. So the third thing is like, oh, so you're trying to hurt me? I got kids too. You heard my kids, my husband, and me. So let me just say this. You heard this about my husband? Let me tell you what I heard about this. I felt like Teresa dug that hole and Jackie finished it. She put her in the grave. She kicked her in there. Teresa, to me, after even watching the reunions, I didn't watch it all, she need to leave Jackie alone. Because Jackie's smart. And Teresa can't verbally spar with Jackie.
She may not can verbally spar with her, but let's be crystal clear. Jackie is, after she repeated to her before she blurted that out, how much that she's a lawyer. Let's be clear. A lawyer knows what defamation is. If you know nothing, she knows what defamation is.
She covered herself. I did media law. Jackie covered herself. She said, I heard this, blah, 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 blah. That's hearsay. She covered herself.
She didn't say heard.
She did. She said, I heard a rumor too. She covered herself.
But
and the media law of it all from when I went to school, this happened a long time ago. She's fine. Yeah, they can't. She covered herself.
No, she did.
I feel like she did.
No. First of all, let me say this. They can't sue each other. That's not the issue. If she had said that about Teresa, it wouldn't be an issue. The issue is that she said it about her 19-year-old daughter.
She's an adult.
Yes.
You're an adult at 19.
But you do know that if Gia hasn't signed that thing, which I kind of figured that she has, since she FaceTimed with her mother.
She FaceTimed her.
When she FaceTimed her, that she signed, because she's old enough to sign her own release. Had she not, she can sue Jackie.
Yeah, she can sue her, but I don't know if she'll win.
You can't. This girl had nothing to do with their spar. It's the exact same thing that Monique did too.
But then Jackie's husband in the thing, they bring everybody in. That's the problem. They don't just keep it on each other.
Different when you bringing kids in. Let me be clear. You can. To me, it's totally different when you bringing kids in.
She can't bring in her husband. Teresa, I mean, she could have said that's why your husband in jail. I would have heard her too. But Teresa, to me, I'm not a Teresa fan.
Why pick? This is the same bullcrap that Monique did. Why pick somebody that has nothing to do with the situation and insert them in there to hurt the person? You know how much that girl has been.
Absolutely.
That girl has been in prison. You know how many things you could have said you heard about her? Why
he could have, but Teresa did that too. She inserted her husband. She inserted Jackie's husband.
Is totally different.
Jackie's husband has never done anything to Teresa but be nice to her. But be nice to her.
I don't get nice from Jackie.
And at her birthday party, with the people in their neighborhood, These are their neighborhood people going around telling
Also,
everybody.
Jackie was a Teresa stalker. This is a girl that used to follow Teresa everywhere.
Yeah,
All
I
her
don't agree.
children was with her to take a picture.
Teresa-
The problem is Jackie is ticked off because Teresa don't like her.
I
And
can see
just
that.
like Kenya, now you ain't gonna like me. Now I'm gonna be your enemy. I'm gonna even befriend your sister-in-law just to tick you off.
And
That's
Melissa
how
likes
cursed
Jackie.
Jackie is.
And that's why Teresa don't like Jackie too. It's because Melissa likes her. I feel like people give Teresa a pass because Teresa has talked. She's the main one talking about, don't be talking about my husband. Don't be talking about my family. And yes, she does.
Joe
but
was fair
see,
game. To me, your husband's a fair
But,
game.
but Teresa has let. That's why she don't
Your
like Carolyn.
children
That's why
are.
she don't like Jacqueline.
Yeah.
That's why she don't like all these other peoples because they put her family's business out there. Yet you're gonna talk about this other woman's family. To me, Teresa has done to others what she don't want them to do to her, and Jackie got her back. I think that
I don't
Jackie.
look. I'm gonna tell you. I'll be the first to say it. I'll say it with conviction and strong belief. Jackie will not be back next season.
Oh no, because Andy likes Teresa, and if
Will not
Teresa
be
said-
back next season.
yeah, Teresa,
Because
that's-
she shouldn't have inserted that girl's daughter. Had she talked about her, she could have talked about her all day long.
yeah.
But that girl's and something else that Gia said. Gia released a statement. It was really quick. I think I sent it to you. Let me
But
read.
they
it.
do say that there are rumors that this is true, that people are
They-
saying allegedly Gia's doing
That-
it.
no,
I
they
don't think
didn't.
Gia is, but that's what she heard. She said she heard it.
I'm gonna read you exactly what she said. She said, saying it was this
She
is
said
Gia
it's stopping
Judah.
her opportunities.
She said, saying it was an analogy is making it excusable. It's not. My
Yes.
character is now being questioned. My name was used to make a point. No one should be used in that way. I am suffering the consequences for such an outlandish and untrue statement while your
Yes.
family is happy and intact.
But they couldn't have
Not
been.
fair.
But Teresa could have hurt their family. Maybe their family's so strong that she didn't. But Jackie has issues.
But you
too.
look, when you decide to go on, it ain't a housewife in history that has been on a show more than 2 seasons and their marriage hasn't been tested.
Oh
That's
yeah,
to me, that's a given. If you
I
go
don't
into
agree.
and you're on, if you got a relationship and you and your man are you on a reality show, especially as popular as the Housewives, your marriage will be tested.
Yeah, it will be.
You
But
don't
Teresa, in my
expect your
opinion,
children's
tells people to
lives
leave
be
her
ruined.
husband and family alone, and she don't leave other people's. So what's good for her to do to others is good for others to do to her. Now I do think she should have kept it on Joe, saying your husband's deported. She could have handled it
Right.
differently. Yeah, but
And look,
when you in a fight, sometimes I'm gonna just say this: when you fighting with people, sometimes you fight. And Jackie was upset. She was
and
hurt.
look,
She was
I
crying.
get
You
it.
fight, but you got to keep the kids out of that fight. Come
Yeah,
on now.
she should
Exactly.
have. Now, I'm not saying it was right to use her, but I don't think that she should be canceled. This cancel culture and all this
Ain't
stuff.
nobody canceling anybody. I
But you
don't
just said
like
she
it.
won't be back. You said she won't be back. So that's the cancel culture. Yeah, yeah, that's the cancel culture. So you just said it.
I'm standing on it.
Oh, I'm sure she won't. Yeah, but I think
Bye,
Jersey.
Jackie. Same thing I said about Monique. Everybody was saying she coming
Oh,
back.
I knew Monique was gone. I was so happy. But yeah, but I actually like Jackie because she can go toe to toe with Teresa. A lot of people can't. And everybody who has Jacqueline, Danielle, who else went to toe with her? They ain't been back. So, or they'll come back and then they'll leave again. So Teresa has a lot of pull. But it was good. Callie, you gotta watch it.
It's really good. It really is a good show.
And we covered the other few shows. Did you watch anything else this week? Like Bell Collective, Huntsville?
You know, I did watch Bell Collective, Miss Teresa. And what is she going to come out that she has the girlfriend instead of the business partner? Is
Talking
that
about
the
Marie?
real wife?
Oh, you said it. Okay.
I mean, is that what the? I'm thinking that's probably the only thing I missed. When is the announcement? Is it coming out on page 6 or on Bravo? What's the deal? Wait a minute, they're not even Bravo. Is it on the own website? Let me pull it up real quick.
Said,
Nope.
allegedly.
It ain't out there.
Allegedly.
I'm tripping out that
Yeah.
picture that they took together. That
I
picture,
put the picture up.
I mean, that's not, you know what? I've taken a lot of business pictures. I've worked in corporate America for decades, and I ain't never touched my business person partners the way that they was held up on the back of the
I've
neck and
never.
the
And when
back
they
there with
matching,
the
didn't they
kitchen.
have
I
a
mean,
matching
that's the
outfit?
intimate areas. She was close to the kitchen and everything. That's intimate. We can't be doing that. No. That's a married couple, and I'm okay with that. Just living your truth.
Callie, they not married.
Well, that's what you're saying. I'm thinking that's what's. How come the husband don't live there? Why was she so involved in the conversation with the son? They had they had Marie, the husband. All of them was talking to the son like something was going on. Why are you there, business partner? Are you the mother? Maybe she's the stepmother and we don't know it. That's the announcement they're going to make at the next brunch because they never talk business at them brunches. I'm just saying.
But yeah, they did have on. They had on matching outfits like a couple.
See? Just
Did
like
you
a
see
new
that?
little lovebird couple. Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
Did you watch Huntsville? Did we talk about
Yeah, I
Huntsville?
did.
No.
I watched.
Oh my God, we skipped
good.
Huntsville. Okay, let's
get to
talk about.
Huntsville.
Oh, okay. What do you think about Huntsville?
If y'all ain't watching Huntsville,
If you know,
Yeah,
on New Jersey, watch New Jersey.
We
too.
watching.
Yes.
We watched Miss Wanda. We watched Miss Wanda in them pin curls because she was really busy
the
last
gorilla
night.
group
I mean,
picker.
I got the
Yeah.
picture, but I ain't gonna show it. I don't know if I deleted it.
You
The
should put the
gorilla
picture.
group.
I mean, yes, her and the gorilla. Look, hair is in fashion this week. We need to go ahead and get everything on and popping.
Girl, so
But
what did
why
y'all
is
think?
she? Okay, I'll shut up. Go.
No, I was gonna ask you, what did you think about it? Tell me. Go ahead.
Why Martell is losing it, and it's breaking my heart to see such a fun
You can
man
see it.
lose it. The way he
losing.
is losing it. He is probably overdrawn on his checking account. I mean, because he is really going in. He's like, "What, Mel? You can't leave yet. We were going to talk about the finances, remember?" And then the way he got up and attacked Wanda. Look, the world knows Wanda is wrong. She needs a zipper on her mouth, period. But Martell got to back up. He can't go attacking people like that. Not no female. We know she's wrong and we know she's dirty as heck, but we're going to leave Kimmy to be the only one that handles her because Kimmy does it very
Kimmy
well.
can do it.
Martell, on the other hand, does not.
Do y'all think that Martell, the children really said that, really told Melanie's brother that they wish that their brother was their dad?
I don't know her kids, but I just don't see in what context of a conversation a child would say that.
Neither do I.
I'm putting up the pin curls. There they go.
I can't see it. I can't see why a
Oh,
kid would
girl,
ever
you gotta
say
go
that.
back and watch it. Well, yeah.
That's a whole mess.
Miss Wanda, honey. But so what do you?
Wait a minute. How about you put it up there with the Gorilla Glue and everything?
Yes, girl, with the everything. You know, we got it together. So, but what do you think about? So, Melody, I didn't realize that her husband, that her brother was gay. I didn't realize that. Did you? Did you know that?
No, but let me say, I kind of thought he was.
I knew he was.
But
Okay.
Southern men are a little bit different, in my opinion. You can't always tell with Southern men.
Yeah.
Because Southern men have feminine attributes, and it's not a bad thing.
Right.
I can't be clearer to you. Martell has feminine attributes,
Oh, he
and
does.
he's very masculine.
When he would have ascot, honey.
I've never questioned his sexuality.
Yeah.
That's Southern men to me are a lot more
They're more
closer to their
docile.
emotions. I mean, closer in their emotions than you see in other places, because other places masculinity is kind of toxic. It's more toxic. In the South, it's a little bit. It's more relaxed.
It's just like we started talking about New Jersey. The man in New Jersey and the man in the Southern Shows, two totally different type of men. Yes. Two. You just have to. So yeah.
It's not as toxic. But with that being said, the biggest issue that I'm having is about Martell falling apart. But this is my issue. I love both of them. I'm Team Holtz. I'm not Team Melanie. I'm not Team Martell. But I'll say this: Melanie's trying to destroy him.
Oh, she's going to.
Melanie, say that again. She's what?
She's trying to destroy him. I do have a problem with that.
You think so?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yes. It's just one of the things that he said, I believe. You telling
What did
people
he
not to
say?
do business with me? I believe that.
He said what now?
You telling people not to do business with me?
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
Yes,
Yeah,
When?
I heard him say that. Yeah.
Oh
I don't
no.
think
he's missing out on a $30 million deal. And I also say this. As a lady, you decide whether or not to put your business in the streets. If you go back, y'all remember Martell has been very vocal about why are you saying this stuff on this, basically on this TV show.
Right. Oh no, wrong picture.
He does not
But
like.
Yeah, that she said it. She brought it out there, but shouldn't he want to talk about why he did it? You know, if you're going to be on a reality show and you were going through something that serious, I don't know how she could have sat there for multiple seasons and never brought it up. I
But
don't know how she would have
everything
been able
she
to do that.
airs, I agree with you there.
Yeah.
Allegedly, they were separated before the show. Allegedly, they were separated, and if y'all remember, she said I moved out twice, had my own place and
She
everything.
did. She had her own place.
Allegedly, they were completely separated before the first season, and once they
Yeah.
got a contract, they decided to get back together.
Okay. So you think, I don't know if, because I'm gonna say this. If I'm a woman and I have a man who is the father of my kids,
Mm-hmm.
even if I'm upset with him, I still would want him.
To be
He's a great
successful.
man, and he's going to
Right.
continue to help me to
Mhm.
win. So
Right.
I don't understand. Maybe because she's hurt, and if this is what she's doing, I don't know if she watches this, but I want to say, don't do that, because
Yeah,
you
she-
want your kids to see your man, their dad, if he's
In a
with you or
good
not,
way.
happy. You want them to see him successful. You want them to see him prosper. You, just because he hurt you does not mean you have to hurt the kids, and doing that would hurt the kids.
Yeah, but he didn't just hurt her. He hurt their family.
He did.
I mean, so I can understand why Martell is saying, why are you bringing this up? Why? I get that, but then I just don't know if she's in that much pain, which the way she cried on the last episode when they were in their so-called business meeting, she's still in a lot of pain. I don't know how you get around doing certain things when you're in that much pain. Nobody wants the father of their child to be down on their very bottom luck, but I don't know that she's pushing it though. That's interesting, Joy, that you think that's what she's doing, that she's really
Yes.
trying to destroy him. That's
Yes.
sad. to
He
me.
probably
Wow.
is
I
right
think she's
now.
trying to destroy. And I mean, if you're watching him, if you watch these couple of episodes, he's trying to do damage control everywhere he goes. That's what
Yeah,
he's
he
trying.
is.
I mean, just I'll give you an example. Melanie's friend, good friend, is having a party. She didn't even go. She tells her brother, who we know lives in Atlanta, not Huntsville,
Right.
that he tells the kids that Marcus likes men, which is true.
He did.
I don't understand why she was so mad or how you could do this maliciously. Because to me, if you have a brother, and also let me say this, Marcus this isn't a relationship that they've known. This is a new relationship. If you go back to the baby shower when she shows her brother, one of the things that she makes clear is that she's rekindling her relationship. So that included her brother, her sister. She don't really know them for real.
Yeah, she does not know them. She knows
She's
Marcus
getting
the
to
most.
know them, and she knows him the most.
Yeah.
But they're not. This isn't. That's why Martell at the end said, "You ain't even been around these kids, but for a couple of years."
Okay.
Yeah.
New.
Another thing that confused me was her brother's married to a
Mhm,
man.
correct.
So if they've been living with her brother and his husband,
Mhm.
don't they know he's got a boyfriend?
That's the same thing I was saying. I was like, it's, and then they tried to say that he said it maliciously, saying, well, he dates men. Or because they probably had a question, because it ain't like I
Yeah.
can't see him just out and about and saying, oh, he like me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something happened, and kids ask questions, 1,000 of them.
Oh God, they do.
They sure
I
do.
don't know what the scenario was, but I'm assuming, I can only imagine that the kid said something, and then he said, no, he likes me.
True. Yeah. So how did they get the same costume? Do you think that was set up by production?
Possible. And then this is how I know that Melanie's trying to hurt him. So he goes to a party. We know Melanie knows he's in town.
Right.
Kind of inserts that information. She don't come, but he
You think
goes.
she's not gonna come? Because they're gonna continue.
I don't know. They
Okay.
didn't show it.
Yeah.
She don't come, but the brother does.
Mm-hmm.
And to confront him, because now you done said something to hurt his feelings. And I'm still trying to figure out how you saying you like both men and you married to a man is hurtful.
It's not. That's why I don't understand. Like, it's fine unless Martell said it in a bad way.
He used a derogatory word. I get that.
Yeah, but he
then
did.
That should be addressed. Like, but to me, if you have children and you have a sibling that's gay, you sit down and have that conversation with your kids.
The
Period.
older ones, at least.
I mean, and say, you know, that he has a husband, and you explain however you do it.
Yeah.
You figure out a way to explain it to your kids. So it won't be, you know, if questions come up later, then you know you have them. But that should, because they live with him. That's who Melanie was living with.
Yeah, that's why I said they had to see him with his husband. So I don't understand. Because every time they visited her in Atlanta, they stayed at that house.
Right.
His husband had to be at that house.
And it's a nice house, because if y'all watch the chat room over the summer, she was filming there. The chat,
it was nice.
Sister check-in or whatever it was
yes.
called.
It's nice. It's a nice house. What do y'all think about the Kimmy versus Wanda when everybody returned?
I'm with Kimmy 100%. Wanda, for whatever reason, Melanie, you know that it is from Bessemer, Alabama. That's where Wanda lives. To Huntsville is 119 miles.
And she go back and forth like that.
She gets in her car and on film day, because you know they have a schedule that they send out, and drives 119 miles up. I think it's 69 or 65, 65 or 69 from Bessemer to Huntsville.
So she inserts herself in this show.
She inserts herself. It's not like she live around the corner.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you think about? Okay, so I feel like Marsau and Kimmy had a great talk, and so then he went home. He had a great talk with his wife. She seemed to be upset, but he was like, "Baby, just listen. Don't bring it up at the podcast." And then at the end of the podcast, it happens.
No, did y'all hear him say, "Did I handle that well enough for sex?"
Yes, he did. He did. He handled it well enough for sex, I think. I was like, you did good. Like, you did good. He did, because when you know the old Marsau to now, he's a mess. I was like, Kim, what's your name? Tisha, you need to go on and do it, girl, because he did.
She just, when he does things like that, I thought it was funny. I thought it was cute, but he just makes her look like such an airhead sometimes. I'm like, okay, here we go. I swear to God, I need to see a birth certificate. I think he's her father. I swear to God.
He looked like it. He old looking. He look old.
And he's younger than Maurice.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that, but he looked like a granddaddy. Yeah. He old. He got old face.
He really does look older. Look.
So what do you think about the exchange they had? Do you think Tish just did not understand where
it's completely over her head. I wish that that's why I said it makes it worse with her mother.
Yeah.
Because she's not stupid. She's not academically
not.
But she's socially not there.
You think it's where she grew up? Like her upbringing?
I have no idea. There are just some women. She's very immature. Like
it's her mama's fault. Her mama never even let her. Her mama probably never even let her tie her own shoe. I'm just blaming it all on Miss Wanda. That girl is missing some things. She is, and I think she would normally be sweet and stuff. I can't tell. I just need to see her birth certificate. I really do, because I'm concerned. She's probably only 12.
She does have the mindset of a teenager sometimes.
Yeah, I was just gonna say this. She talks about loyalty the way that my daughter does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This loyalty thing is so creepy. It's cringe-worthy to watch.
It is.
I don't know.
And what was she saying? Taking away back. What is that
Yeah.
taking away back?
No,
what was
it's
Use
that's
the
something I'm
word.
supposed to know because I remember
no,
taking a bag. I'm taking
yeah,
a bag.
that's what it is. Taking
But taking
away.
away
I don't
back?
want to take back.
You
And
know
she
what?
said it twice. Like, you know what you like to say, Kimmy? Taking away back. And I'm thinking, I don't think Kimmy said that. What was that?
And wait a minute. Let's go back to Marshall. What was the last thing, one of the things that Marshall told her not to do?
Do not talk
At
about
the
this
time.
on the podcast. And when she walked in, because some people are trying to blame this on Destiny. Is that her name, Destiny? But no, when
Yeah.
they walked in, Kimmy said, we're going to save it for the end of the podcast. People need to go back and watch it. Because she said that. She said, we're going to talk about this at the end of the podcast.
I do need to go back and watch it because I didn't even see all of that.
You've got to watch it. It's
Yeah.
just, I don't understand. But Kimmy is the only
But
person
Kimmy,
I
it
feel
was
like.
so frustrating. She just said, "Oh, okay."
She just says, I'm done.
At
Because you
the
can,
end,
I'm not calling her a fool, but sometimes you can't argue with a fool. Because it makes
And
you
it's
feel
like
fool.
Kimmy picks up on that real quick. She's like, "This is my point to stop because nothing is being understood right now."
You just can't, because then you come out looking foolish when you try to
Yeah.
argue. And you just
girl, I
gotta
was
stop.
cracking up. Kimmy was like, "Okay."
She said, but your mother didn't belong there.
Mhm.
And then
Look,
she
we'll
was like,
finish
let's
this
start at the
later.
beginning. And she was like, well, you
Yeah.
shouldn't have said, if that's not the beginning. I was just like, so, but
Oh.
I do see, I don't know. And then Destiny was just like a ping pong match. She was like, so what else was there?
Where's her
Anything else that
husband? Where's
happened?
Destiny's husband at?
I don't know where he is. He's LeBaric. One of them Cedric, one of them LeBaric. Is her husband
Okay,
LeBaric?
Cedric is Destiny's husband. LeBaric is the one. He was on the episode. You
Okay.
don't never
Okay.
see.
Yeah,
You don't
okay.
never see Derek, the chicken guy.
Yeah.
The chicken king.
Don't call him that. He is
I
more
go
than
to
a
her-
chicken king. He is
Yeah.
more
No, he's
than
not.
that.
That's all we know him to be is the Chicken King.
Destiny said
I
no.
want to.
What
I
else
want
does he do?
next time I go to Huntsville, I'm going to. I'm going to his place. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Huntsville got some good food.
I'm
You
sure
know
it does.
Y'all know who know how to cook up some good food. I think it's the Alabama thing. Because here the Arabs got chicken and fish, believe it or not, on
And
lock.
it's good.
No.
Delicious.
Shut
But
up.
you know who got it on lock in Huntsville?
Oh, Asian
Asian.
people. I knew it. Because we got an Asian place that's a wing
Yes.
place. Them wings good. I mean, I don't know who in
Really?
the kitchen. I don't think they in the
It's this
kitchen.
wing place called A-Town Wings.
Yes.
Every time my husband and I go to Huntsville, we go. And wait a minute, the first time, because the one time we got it, I want to say somebody else must have won, and we just ate them. But one time we went in there and we saw black people in there. We like, oh, okay.
Mhm.
And then in the back, we was like, oh, you got to be joking.
Good.
When I tell you that chicken is good,
That's what I was gonna
it's
say.
good.
It's
And
good.
fish. And fish.
I can't believe it, but yeah. So I want you to go try it out though, and give us a rating of what you think it tastes like, because it's supposed to be really good, and I hope
Yeah, next time I go I'm going to. My daughter went to Destiny's beauty supply place, and she said it wasn't a lot of stuff on the shelf, but she said they had basic stuff.
Hopefully it'll do okay. It's during this COVID time. I don't know how many people going to the beauty supply.
Well,
But
my question was when I saw that, is she now? I've never been there. Are there's no black-owned hair businesses here, hair stores like that? Are there several there? Do you guys think? Do you know?
Well, when I lived in Huntsville so long ago, but it wasn't a whole lot.
okay.
But to my understanding, she's definitely the first black-owned. I think she mentioned that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have one here where I live. He doesn't carry a lot of stuff. Then I think there's a few one in Nashville, and then one in Murfreesboro. But other than that, we don't have a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember the goddess Red's wife. Oh my God, why can't I think of her name?
Latrice.
She said she's having a hard time getting into some of the retailers in her area.
Yeah, it's
bet
And I'm
expensive.
wondering,
Are they Asian?
yeah, and I'm wondering if it's because, most of them are Asian. They're like,
Yeah.
they're probably getting their stuff from people where they can get it a lot cheaper.
And the shipping's
And
cheaper.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah.
Because
But I
because
hate
I'm
that.
not. Mississippi is probably similar, and Jackson is really small. Y'all been to Jackson before?
I have been to Jackson. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's been a long time. I don't remember much.
Yeah, it's kind of
Mhm.
small.
But yeah, so now we're gonna talk about. Are we done with Huntsville? I can't wait for next week.
Yeah.
Huntsville is one of the shows that I watched the day it happens, and Married at First Sight is one too. Now that I watched today.
Mhm.
So anyway, we're gonna talk about these ratings of these shows.
Okay.
So
Mm.
New Jersey normally is higher. I feel like they still have over 1 million.
That surprised me. That actually shocked me
That's
because
how low they are.
Jersey, out back in the day, Atlanta was number one,
Yeah,
and Jersey was like neck and neck. Because for a minute it was Nene and Teresa. They say was the highest paid.
I believe it.
So I don't, and that's probably why they were saying that Teresa's a little afraid. Because it's not, they've changed the contracts. Allegedly Nene had the last of those contracts where their money was guaranteed, and Nene kind of confirmed that no matter how many episodes they were in, because if you remember, Kenya was laughing about how many episodes she was in,
Yes,
and she said my money is the same regardless. Do you remember that?
I remember that.
Mhm.
So the reason that Nene's probably not back is because they were trying to get her per episode
Yep.
Yeah.
And she didn't want that
her
kind of contract.
guaranteed money, right?
Because that's what happened with Monique, because she said, there was a little check, but she only got paid for the episode she was in. And she
Yeah,
was upset that she didn't get paid her full pay because she had
yeah,
overhead to pay for. I
right,
was like, I thought it was a little check. But look
right.
at Basketball Wives. Look how bad they are.
Yeah, they should be.
That's just,
I'm thinking about undoing them off of
yeah.
I'm so upset. This bull crap that they're doing, I don't like it at all.
With this colorism, I don't
Yeah, I
either.
don't like it at all.
And Atlanta and I
Yeah.
think and New Jersey were similar in theirs. I didn't get the other people's, but why do you think the ratings are going down? We thought maybe it was because of streaming, maybe.
I think it is because of streaming. Because it's like you said, Montanique, you don't have cable.
No,
But
I have a streaming service that I use. I
so
have
they don't
internet
even
cable.
count yours. If
Yeah, they don't
Nelson-
count me.
There's nothing for Nelson to count for you. And I think it's a lot of people that falls in your category.
Yeah.
I'm the only fool I know that still have cable.
I still
Child,
have
no.
it too.
Do you
But
have
I
cable
also
too?
pay for. I have it, but I also pay for lots of streaming for 10 different streaming services.
Yeah.
Everything streams and everything has a separate charge.
It
Yeah.
does.
So yeah, I still have it all, but the viewers should be going down. A lot of these streaming shows are starting to pick up. A lot of people
But
don't need to go through the big networks anymore to get their shows out. You know what I mean?
But they don't count those numbers. So if you're going through YouTube or even Hulu,
Okay.
Hulu. Yeah, because Hulu has live, there's Sling
Yeah.
Live,
Mhm.
Xfinity Cable everybody has streaming now. They don't know how to do those things. And then DVR, if you don't watch within the first 24, 48 hours, that don't get counted
they
either.
don't even get counted.
So,
there.
I
I
didn't
think-
know that.
Yeah. They just recently added that. I can't remember how many years ago, but I didn't realize that because when I did, I've kind of certain shows that I really like, I kind of make a conscious effort to try to watch them now. Because you get busy, you just let stuff build up until Saturday or something. Yeah.
So I think these shows will be okay. I know they're used to bigger numbers, but I mean, if Dallas is still on with 300,000, I feel like Atlanta, Potomac, New Jersey with 1 million, they okay.
But I think that Housewives in general is losing its
yeah.
It's time. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, because even at the height, Beverly Hills is the highestly rated. They
I don't
never
know
hit
how.
2 million. They never got to 2 million the whole season. Because this was the first
really?
year that I
Okay.
watched it. Now that's
Because of
why,
Garcelle, is that why you watched it? Because of Garcelle?
yes, literally.
Okay.
If you don't have a person, New Jersey to me was my only exception. If you
Yeah.
didn't have a little sprinkle of color in there, I'm not.
But they
gonna watch.
they got some dark skin. Because I saw some of them was people
Oh,
of color.
Kathy looked like, not Kathy.
Dolores.
Dolores looked like she got a,
Dolores.
I always have to remind people that The tip of Italy, southern Italy, is only 90 miles from Africa.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. You can tell.
Not even
Melissa
a boat.
too. Melissa's
Not
got
even
a
100 miles.
Melissa looks like she's mixed with something. I mean, like they just have a darker skin too.
Yeah.
So that might be
Yeah.
why. But I
You know,
don't
every
know.
time I talk about this, when I talk about the people that they say look like they could be of a different race, it always takes me back to OG and Evelyn. I mean, because
Oh.
OG just kind of called her on the carpet so many times, saying she's trying to look like she was not her real race. She was trying to look like she was black, and I thought I never noticed that. Do you guys think that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Trying?
Oh,
You really
it's a whole
do?
look.
Okay.
I said that even about the Kardashians, white people in general,
Yes.
they are obsessed with the culture of black, of being
Yes.
black.
Yeah, they
They
definitely
just
are
don't want to be
obsessed.
black. So they want the darker hue, they want the bigger lips,
The
they
butt.
want the bigger booties. They want to look exotic without really being black.
Yep.
That's like real, because the only thing is missing, they want big eyes.
They want it. Yeah.
They think that that's cute.
They contour their noses.
Noses and
Like,
everything. They want everything to do with being black except being black.
the
They'll take your
experience. They
black
don't want the
men.
yeah.
Look,
So Evelyn falls into, and I feel like Evelyn's spray tan is darker this year.
oh, that girl, she been in there. Girl, she spray tanning the land and something. Because she
Yes.
brown from head to toe.
Yeah, she did the whole body.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, but yeah.
I might just be a little bit too naive with these things. Like, you know, I just thought she was that complexion. And then I'm thinking back to that post that was on the site today where oh gosh, I can't think of her name without looking at it. When she questioned that there are really no dark girls that are going to be
Yeah,
on
I'm about to
Potomac.
talk about the new lady Potomac.
About what?
It's a good segue.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Callie posted this photo of the new person who's allegedly joining Potomac, and one of the members of the group
Hold on.
said that Potomac doesn't have a lot of skin tones. Is that right, Callie? I think she might have put us on hold.
Mhm.
And so they felt like with Monique leaving that they needed to get someone else that was at least caramel color.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was that what she was saying? So
Yep, that's what she's saying. I'm going to read her comment.
yeah. So what do you
Tea
think
and
about
honey.
that, Joy? Do you think that that's the case with Potomac?
Well, I honestly didn't even think about it until it didn't even cross my mind until I heard Karen make the comment that Giselle made the comment that allegedly Karen said that she didn't fit because
Wendy
they were
didn't
good.
fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wendy didn't fit, kind of insinuating because you kind of got the impression that it was about color. I had never even thought about it. I did think though that they did have one of the best looking casts.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that. I never thought about skin tone.
But they have different skin tones. Like Candace is darker, Wendy is darker.
Yeah.
I feel like this lady is in the brown spectrum of it all.
Yeah.
She's not as light to me as Giselle and Robin.
Yeah, because Candace is a brown girl.
Yeah, so I felt and then if you look at this lady, which I didn't want to put her kids on there, but if you go to her Facebook page, her kids are darker skin because of her husband is. So
it's darker.
Yeah, they are.
I feel
Let me
like
read
she's
this comment.
Yeah, read what she said because I didn't even think about it like you did, Joy. Go ahead, read it.
It's from Tea and Honey. She's been on our page for a while now, so she's a good commenter when she makes them. It says, I know that our hub better get some more color representation. Dr. Wendy isn't enough. We need to see a spectrum of melanin. She's a pretty woman, so this is nothing against her, but we won't do is have a black cast where 80% is light skin. Brown and dark skin American girls need representation too.
Yeah, so let me give just a little history of Potomac. I don't know if you all know that, but maybe other people didn't. When Potomac was put together, it wasn't ordered as a housewives show.
Right.
It was ordered as it was going to be something similar. These group of women, elite women that were associated with the Jack and Jill program. in the DMV area, Baltimore, Maryland, DC area. And Charisse from the original class, this was her show.
Yes.
So
I remember that.
Charisse is a brown girl.
That's what I said. Charisse is
She
brown.
put this cast together. So, and all of those were real people from Potomac.
And
She
they were
really-
friends.
Yeah, they were her
That's-
real friends.
Yeah.
So, you know, it just happened to be picked up by Bravo and turned into a Housewives.
And
Because
Dallas
if you
was like that too.
Yeah,
It was
if you
supposed to
go
be
back,
a charity show. And
yeah,
then they
it's
turned
supposed to
into
be
a
about
housewife.
charity.
Yeah.
Jack and Jill, and these are privileged, elite Black people.
Yeah.
So,
That's why they were talking about etiquette and etiquette.
Yes.
Etiquette. Yeah.
You heard
Mhm.
etiquette so much the first season was just ridiculous. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was just ridiculous. So I don't think Charisse being Charisse put this together like that. I think she really did put people together that she thought would make interesting TV.
And that were actually friends and would actually
That
have
were real
issues.
friends. Like everybody knew each other first season, with the exception of Ashley.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
Ashley was
Ashley
the
was second.
only.
She was second season. Ashley
No,
came
she was
second.
in the first season.
No, she replaced Katie.
No, she didn't. Go
No,
back
no,
to
they
the
were
first
both
season.
on the first season.
Yeah, they were both on.
I
She
don't
just
remember
wasn't in the.
Ashley.
She just wasn't in
Ashley
the
came
very
in, started
first
trouble.
episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just wasn't in the first episode or so.
'Cause I felt like when she came in second season, Giselle kind of asked, "Are you a thought? What are you doing here?" Like she really put Ashley through there, and I thought it was second season and she replaced Katie.
No, she did. No,
Okay.
actually, Monique replaced Kate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Monique was only
Ashley
supposed to be a
and
friend. She became
right,
a
Ashley and
housewife.
Katie were friends.
Yeah,
Ashley and Katie were good friends in the first season. They sat and gossiped about everybody else.
yeah.
Honey, then they became enemies, honey, because Lord, yeah. But so what do you think about Mia? So I'm gonna say a little bit about what I've heard about her. She is sort of like Monique and
Oh.
Chris with the fact that she has a husband.
Mhm.
She has 3 kids. The only thing is she supposedly has her own money where she has chiropractic offices and also a
She's a
makeup line.
chiropractor.
Yeah. I don't know if she is, but she has offices. Like I think Heavenly has
Yeah.
dental offices. She's like that, but with chiropractic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chiropractor offices. And so she has her own money. She has little kids. Her husband is older, like 68 years old. I can't remember how old she is, but he's older. So do you think
She's
she'll be a good
42.
fit? She's 42? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that she will be a good fit? Somebody said they thought that Giselle would be mad because this lady's makeup line made it and hers didn't, but I don't know if she's that pretty.
So I wondered about what happened with that line because one of her, I don't know Giselle's business partner, but I went to high school with her. And I was meaning to look up because Erica used to advertise it.
Yeah.
Like in 2020, she advertised it at some point.
And Erica's husband is like, y'all, so rich.
Yeah.
He has like, I think when I read he was like 40 million.
But I don't know her. That'd be crystal
Yeah.
clear.
So I feel like if
seen
they
her since
wanted
high
to make
school.
this business go afloat, they could have only on his income alone. 'Cause I think he's like 40, 50 million. Like he had something to do with Rock Nation or something.
Yeah.
Like he has
I
money.
know he was everybody's manager.
Yes,
He was,
everybody's manager.
well,
I
not
think he was
everybody.
Giselle's manager at the beginning. I don't know if he is now.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah.
know he was like, what's the guy who recently, oh God, I can't even think of his name.
Method
Because
Man?
he sung at their wedding. I was trying to remember his name. The
Oh
one
yeah,
who-
they sung at their wedding. Because I looked it up.
the name of the
Ooh,
guy
what wedding?
whose video.
At Erica Lyles and her husband's wedding. I can't think of.
Oh, okay.
What's his
Yeah.
name?
I can't
The
think of his
singer
name.
who just recently allegedly had the pictures out.
Trey
Trey
Songz?
Songz.
Yeah, Trey
Yeah.
Songz.
And then I think Oprah was there. I think she like that Beyonce, like they know
Yeah.
people. Like
It was
yeah,
like a huge thing
it
in
was a
Birmingham
huge wedding.
when
Yeah.
they had a wedding.
and that's her best
Hmm.
friend. So I'm
And
thinking
see,
if
I
they
don't know
really-
if Giselle was there, but okay, so my girlfriend, I have a girlfriend who was actually in the wedding.
Who tell us? Tell us. No, I'm just playing.
She on my line. She might pop in. But yeah, she my girlfriend Kim, I have a friend of mine named Kim who was
Yeah.
she was actually in their wedding. We all went to high school together, but of course I moved away.
Okay.
And the year that my sophomore year in high school, we were all in this class together. Me, Kim, and Erica. It was another girl. It was only 4 Black girls. So we
Okay.
were like really, really close. But I moved away. I didn't keep in contact with her. That's how I knew what school she went to that day we were talking.
Yeah.
But I didn't keep in contact with her.
But she went to Hampton and Giselle went to
Yeah.
Howard, right? Yeah.
No, Giselle went to Hampton too.
To me, Giselle went to Hampton, Erica went to Howard with Kamala. Yeah.
No, both of them went to the same school.
So they both went to Hampton?
They both went to Hampton.
I thought Giselle was at Howard. Okay.
They both at the same school.
So, because
Giselle was her
Giselle was her
leader.
line leader. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. They went to the same school. Candace went to Howard. I want everybody to go to Howard. But Candace is actually
Yes.
at Howard.
Yeah, she went to Howard.
But I think that I think she'll be a good fit. I can't wait to see how she interacts with other people.
I thought it was supposed to be 2 new friends.
I think that they are going to introduce somebody else next, but she's the first one supposedly. I think her husband and Pete. What's his name? What's Karen's
Is
husband
she
name?
friends already of somebody else?
She doesn't follow anybody, but who was it? It's not even on that show. She doesn't show. She follows. Go find it. She follows only one person that I follow anyway, and so I can't remember who it was.
Was that on Instagram?
Yeah, on Instagram.
Put her up again.
Let me show her. Miss Thornton. Find her. Real
I'm
quick.
looking for it.
Look her up. Oh, I'm gonna look and see who she follows. It'll tell me real quick. But I think she's gonna be a great addition. She has a nice family. I feel like her husband is he the same age as Karen's husband, or is he younger?
He looks
Ray
younger.
in his 70s. I can't imagine.
But
him
this
being-
man is
No,
like
this
60
guy is not in
something.
his 70s. This guy's probably in his late 50s or early
Early
60s.
60s, yeah. What's
Yeah.
her name? Miss Mia?
He's a handsome little booger.
He is.
Oh, I don't see her following anybody.
Yeah, she doesn't follow anybody.
So that could be good. I mean, maybe she's either it's just a rumor, maybe she's not the one joining, or she is joining. She's just trying
Is
to
she
keep
black?
us.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
I mean, she looked awfully. Look at this picture.
Let me see.
Her open it, turn it back on.
Let me turn this one off so I can see more. Oh yeah, I don't know. I can't wait to see her.
Yeah.
But she has a chiropractor, business manager, makeup line.
She looked black. She looked black.
I didn't think she was. I thought she might have been biracial, but black is the first thing I thought of.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And if you
That's
scroll down, you can
Saw
see like
her.
her kids. She has a pretty family.
Yes, she does. That little baby girl, so cute. And Joy,
yes,
I was telling Montique, I reached out to her, and she responded.
Who?
I wanted to have her like
Who?
interview with us or something on our page.
This
The new
girl,
up and
Miss
coming
Mia.
girl. Yeah.
Oh,
But she
Oh.
just referred me to her management team, so she didn't
Oh.
give me a lot of information, but
So
that's
I
a
think
start.
she's coming. Okay,
Yeah, I
so
think
what
she
else
is
do
too.
we have? Let me see what else we have tonight so we can get through
yeah.
this
Her
stuff. Okay.
babies is brown though. Yeah, she black.
And that's
Her
what I
babies-
said. Her babies are brown, so we're gonna see some black excellence of a family, hopefully, on this show. What did you think about? Do y'all watch Chat Room at all?
I do.
I love Chat
Nope.
Room. So, what do y'all think about Kate not being on there anymore? Did you
She
like
didn't
Kate on
fit.
there?
She didn't fit anyway. She didn't have a girlfriend flair to her. She's probably a sweet girl. I don't really know. I don't watch the show she on, but she didn't have the girlfriend kind of flair that you see amongst Giselle, because Giselle is older. Giselle
Yeah, she's
is
older
50.
than them. Yeah.
You know, I don't even think Portia's 40 yet.
Portia's 39, Kate's 38, Hannah's 29. You know, I went to look today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Giselle still, that girl doesn't really have a girlfriend kind of flair to her.
Yeah. But
And I think
Portia, so this is what made people right here question where's Kate, because Portia said we've got 13 more episodes. She tagged Portia, Giselle, and Hannah, but Kate wasn't mentioned. So
they said Kate was an executive producer of
she
the
was
show.
her and Portia executive
She
produced the show.
started the show. It was her idea, from
It
what
was
I
her
read.
idea.
She brought the
Who?
idea to the.
Kate,
Kate.
and then Portia came along on it, and that she executive produced it.
Oh, I
Yeah.
did not. That is jacked up. That's how I tell you that when
Yes.
you have an idea, you give up your rights when you decide
Yes.
to also be
Yes.
a person, a cast member.
So
You
maybe
can't
she's
do
just
both.
gonna produce. I'm gonna have to watch and see tonight if they
They
put her
said
name
she
up there.
unfollowed everybody.
She unfollowed Portia. She still follows
But she's
Giselle and
already.
Hannah.
Now, I didn't watch the show, but I do watch her on that Below Deck. Once I figured out who she was, she
Okay.
has said that she stopped being on the show a couple weeks before the announcement even came out. She knew she was leaving. So I
But
don't
no,
know if
she-
the show is even
yeah.
still talking about her. I don't know.
But she still, unless it changed today, she followed Giselle and Hannah still, but she unfollowed Portia. So something happened with Portia and her. I know when that Monique stuff happened and Portia was taken up from Monique, Kate was like, no, let me tell you my side. You've already said your side. There was a little, but her and Giselle do that too, Portia and Giselle, but maybe they just have more of a sisterhood. So it
I
was
keep
like,
telling y'all, Giselle is a boss because
Yeah.
Giselle is the type of person she won't take that crap personally,
yeah,
and she'll let it roll off. I think Giselle has the mentality that we would like to see more of. This is a job.
it's my job.
He is entertaining you, but this ain't me. I cut this off, and I'm just old Jizzy.
At 4:30, I clock out at 4:30. Okay, it is 4:29, and I'm clocking out at 4:30.
I had
Yeah.
not thought about that before either until Joy said that the last time. I hadn't even
Yes.
thought about that. But that's
She's a
true.
boss.
Giselle was
That's
like, okay, whatever. Let's move on. Like nothing
And
happened.
Giselle and
It ain't
Portia
that
like
serious
each
to
other.
me.
Yeah, they like each other, even though she can still be friends with Portia, even though Portia's friends with Monique. She don't care. And that's maturity. I think
I
that
mean,
maybe,
you see that with Ashley and Giselle.
yeah,
I mean, she can still be friends with mom. She don't care.
she don't care.
This
Mhm.
ain't about that. She don't care.
Yeah, she's good. So let's go to the other big news of Kim and
Oh.
Kanye divorcing.
Who you think people blaming for that? I ain't gonna say
Kanye, even though Kim been married 18 times for 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, they still gonna blame him.
they should have never. I mean, look.
You do that face, I know I need to get ready. Okay.
It's just certain people that just ain't the marrying kind.
Yeah.
You know,
So you don't think Kim is, or you don't think Kanye is, or both?
neither. Neither. The difference between is I'm really talking about him, but she wants to be married. I can actually
Yes, she
see
does.
that. She
Yeah.
wants to be married in a relationship, have this love. I believe that. I don't like her, but I believe that. He isn't the type that you picked. He's just not.
Yeah,
He
he's
is
not.
a very good artist. I would never take away his artistry, but I think sometimes people who are gifted in certain ways and you don't have the right people around you to help cultivate it in a positive way, you lose sense of self.
Yes.
Everybody that I've ever read that's talked about Kanye, especially a younger Kanye, said that this guy is a pure genius, that he was the hardest working perfectionist that you'll ever see in the music industry. So I would never take his art away from him. But mentally, you got these people around you that are yes people, and you messing with this goofy girl that got whole life is on TV. Her whole identity has been wrapped up. That doesn't help a person who's mentally unstable.
It's not. And like they always say, geniuses can go to insanity real quickly. Like even like Michael Jackson and people like that. If
Yeah.
you are such a genius and such a person, you can drive yourself insane. I mean, they told
Yeah.
whoever who cut their ear off. Like you really can lose your mind. And I feel like that when his mom passed away, I feel like
Yeah.
that did not
He
help.
just has, he just
Yeah,
hasn't
so
recovered.
it's just a
Because
lot.
they said around the time that his mother's death or her anniversary, he goes through episodes.
Yeah.
And you don't get it. The best thing that I heard was Snoop when he said, "You messed with that old goofy girl." He said, and every time I see her, I heard him calling that little goofy girl. You ain't got no black aunties around you that feed you. No telling what she feed, girl.
Right.
He went
I didn't know
crazy.
Snoop said that.
It was so funny.
No, I gotta find it. You gotta find
his
that.
bonnet. He wrapped his hair up.
Yes, no, he did. Oh, I gotta watch
Looking like
that.
an old
But
auntie.
it's sad because
Yeah.
they have kids, and I just hate when people break up. But I think this is
So
probably
do
for the
I, but I
best
think
of us.
one thing that kind of hurts the Kardashians is they had their lives planned out, which is great. Everybody should. But I noticed this when the oldest one, Courtney. Is her name Courtney?
Yeah, Courtney.
Courtney. When she was talking about having more kids, her and Scott were not together. Scott was over there with Lionel Richie's daughter somewhere. And she said, yeah, but I would consider having another kid. No, really. And he said, yeah, I'd consider having another kid with Scott. And I'm thinking, okay, but Scott has a girlfriend. Scott has a new life. What are you talking about? They want their kids to be by the same man, even though they weren't together. And then Kim said the exact same thing, that if she were ever to get divorced from Kanye, she would still want to have a baby by Kanye if she wanted more kids, because they want all their kids to have the same father, which is fine. But if you think about, you are no longer in that relationship with this man. Are you saying you never again want a relationship with somebody else? If your plan is to only have kids even after you break up with the man you had your first kids with?
Because I don't
thought
think
that
the
was
new
weird
man's
when
gonna like
Courtney
that.
said that.
I can't believe she
Yeah.
said that, because the new man is not gonna want you to have a baby by your old man.
Okay.
And she's going to have a hard time getting a marryable man, or
Yeah.
because she has 4 kids. Like
Girl.
Kanye's not going to let you just marry anybody.
It's a goofy black dude out there, because that's all
They gonna
she
marry
wants
her.
to.
But if
There's
it
a
would have been one of
stand
us
in
with 4
line.
kids, they wouldn't marry one of us with 4
A
kids.
different story. Okay, got it.
Yeah, it's
Right.
a different story. Yeah.
4 kids, and they Kanye's kids. And
Yeah.
wait a minute, I knew that wasn't gonna last. I watched
Yeah.
flipping through channels one day. I was watching this video, and she had just had the youngest baby. Well, she didn't have it; she had it by surrogate.
Yeah,
the
the
youngest,
surrogate.
Mm-hmm.
and they asked him. It was whatever it was. This could have been a show, because they documented they were taking Christmas pictures,
Mm-hmm.
and it was so funny. The person asked him about something about the kids. His response was, "It's so many of them."
No, he didn't. Hey,
That
man.
scarecrow
You know
thing,
what?
and all I kept saying is, he just go along with stuff,
He just do it to be doing it.
right? Because he didn't think that through. But his response was, "It's so many kids. It's so many of them." Like he just having roaches.
They just run around the house. So let's get on to, since we're talking about serious stuff. Did you hear about Robin's brother being in a plane accident today?
Wasn't that a trick?
Well, it wasn't. They landed properly though, right? That's
Yeah.
the one where the engine
Yeah.
blew up.
Yeah, the engine blew up, and wasn't that be just so scary?
They said it was 20 minutes of terror, and they said they were so happy that they weren't over water,
Oh my gosh, could you imagine being
because
over
they
water?
wouldn't have had any place to land.
Yes.
That
God,
and
who
nobody
would
got
do
hurt.
Yes, I just can't. I mean, that is just so scary to me.
Yeah, that's
Think
just
about
think that
20
they had a-
minutes of terror. Who would you call?
Oh, God. I would
You got
just
your
call my
cell
mom.
phone. You have to cut it on.
Yeah.
I'm
would
calling
call
my baby.
parents. I'm calling my parents.
I'm sending texts to people. That's
I
all I
would do
can
maybe a mass text, but maybe a mass. Can you do a mass
A group
text or
text, you can reach
face
more
message?
people.
Yeah.
In my head, I would go through. I actually thought about that when I was reading the
Oh.
story. I actually opened up my cell phone and went to my messages. I would just start sending texts and repeating it. You know, the
Yeah.
people, the people that you talk with the most, because those are the people, you
Yeah.
just have to, because the reality is, I figure if I'm dead, eventually people will say, she sent texts right before she died. Check your phone.
Yeah.
Even
Check your
like my
phone
mom
and
or my
see.
auntie who don't really read texts would.
Now this is another sad story. I don't know. I know you don't watch Dallas, but I did watch it. And there was this blind item saying that this one housewife gonna come out that the baby that she quote unquote adopted is actually her husband's baby that he had with another woman. Well,
What?
Brandy. So this baby, they all have red hair. This baby they
Did they
adopted.
adopt the baby?
She ended up having red hair. And what's
So
so
why
crazy
did they
is
end up adopting the baby? Is the mother dead or something?
Yeah, that's what I
no,
was saying.
the mother's not dead, because I'm gonna tell you how you know the mother ain't dead. The mother got pregnant again, and Brandy said the only way I'll adopt the little boy's brother or the little boy's sibling is if they have the same parents, which triggered me to say, is that her husband's baby? It came to find out that it was the same parent, but the lady ended up miscarriaging. So she would
You're
have had
kidding.
she would have had two of her husband's babies by another
Does
woman.
she have any kids? Shoot, I
She
might
has.
watch
Then
that.
she just had a baby.
Yeah.
Brandy just had a baby. She just had
Wait a
another.
minute,
They
is
had
this
two daughters.
playing out on the show now? I might watch it.
No, I don't know. I don't know because it's all. Yeah, it did play out on the show, but you don't know. They made it seem like her friend Stephanie found this baby for her to adopt, and the baby just happened to look like them with his red hair.
Girl,
I
Brandy-
you
cannot
lying.
I can't wrap
Brandy's
my
now
brain
leaving the
around that.
show. She's leaving the show now.
He
Oh.
is or she is?
She's leaving
She
the
is.
show. Brandy is
So
because
she don't get questioned about that other woman's
she don't want to
child
get
being.
questioned. Can you imagine?
Why would she even
No.
go on the show like that? Because that you had to know something like that is gonna come out.
You had to.
That's
You just
what I
had
was
to know.
saying.
And then they adopted this baby, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, the baby has red hair."
Girl, can
And I
you
remember her
imagine
best
a
friend
season
Stephanie on
like
the show saying, "Man, that baby looks just like your husband."
Okay, how old is this baby?
The one that she adopted, I think the baby has to be like 1 now,
Oh,
but she adopted it
wow.
as a baby, like it was born, and she adopted the baby.
And, okay,
Yeah.
because what how,
Yes,
what
her
is
husband
wrong
got
with the other
another.
mama? Why did she let that happen? Do you
How
think
did
they
it play
played
out
it
on
off
the show?
or-
On the show, they just made it seem like this baby came into their lives. This woman had this baby. She didn't want to keep the baby. They adopted the baby. That's how they made it seem. Like it was just happened to be a redheaded baby that they adopted that looked like them. And then the woman got pregnant again. And Brandy was like, the only way I'm going to take, I think his name is Braden or something, Braden's sibling is if they have the same parent. And I'm thinking, why does that matter?
Girl,
Came to find out
that
they do.
look, that would have been too good, too juicy.
But she was going to
Yes.
Brandy was going to accept that other baby too. And I was just like, but yeah, so she's leaving the show.
Mhm.
She's leaving now because it's about to come out. So she's leaving mid-show.
Oh,
She's
Okay.
leaving mid-show.
oh,
Yes, she's leaving mid-show. So
Uh-huh.
I watched Dallas.
I mean, yeah, but Dallas was
Is
good.
that,
up
wait a
until-
minute, mid filming or mid
Mid
show?
filming. They're still filming.
Oh wow. Oh, I might watch that. Okay, I'm watching.
You might watch. I don't know if you'll like that. The first 2 years were really good seasons. After that, it was bad. What else do we have today? We have Robin. Okay, what do y'all think about Melody charging all these things for these classes? I found this other one. So right now she
Okay.
live tweets with people to
What's
take their class.
$6.99?
So this is another one I just found. So we found out she was live tweeting with people, $25 a person. Now she did give $100 to 2 people who did a drawing and via Cash App. So she gives some of it away on her live tweeting. But this one, she's doing a mini course, $6.99. Do you think people are signing up for it? They say her Clubhouse, whatever she's doing on that or whatever it's called, sells out every week. She live chats, charge $25, and it sells out.
Okay, now I do like Melody. Oh, I mean, I do. I think she's Okay. Well, see what I'm
Would you
saying
pay for
is,
it? That's what I want to know. Would you even pay $6.99?
no, I would
No.
not pay
Okay.
$6.99.
No, I
No,
like
unless
Melanie, but no.
Would you
right.
pay the
But
25?
it has to be something fabulous. I mean, that has to be a master's class that you can marry or something. It's going to have to be a little bit more than we're going to hear how you went and started your big. Has to be something else in that.
She says
I mean,
it's 5 pre-recorded classes, playbook, ebook. It's regular
Shonda Rhimes
$1,500,
master classes aren't even that much. My aunt bought hers.
and
Okay.
it's regular $1,500. You're getting it for $6.99, girl.
But I know that Shonda Rhimes does them for
She does it
screenwriting
too.
and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
okay,
see it on
so
Facebook.
I would easily pay for that. Now, I don't know
Right.
why,
If you're
but Shonda Rhimes, you know a little bit about her history. She's smart as heck. She's done
Yeah.
a lot of things where an aspiring writer
and
would
she
pay for
got
that.
shows on ABC and
And
the
Netflix.
number
And
one
Netflix.
written show on Netflix.
And Netflix.
Yes.
I'm
Did
trying
So
you
to
know
maybe
think
that she
what
did
Melanie,
the Princess
what
maybe
Melanie
Diamond?
Melanie's
had
just
this
doing
number
everything
one.
too soon.
Yeah,
Child.
everything she touched turns to gold. So therefore, yeah. Sandra Rhimes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm trying
Yeah.
to figure out what has she mastered that she could tell me.
Right.
$6.99. I think
And that's
one of you
it.
found
Because if she had really done something that we can learn from, then, okay, that's not a bad investment. But right now, I just don't see what it is that, of course, she does have to pay for that new house. So maybe that's what it is. But I'm not trying to contribute to that fund because I have houses of my own to pay for.
Because
Right,
all
we
I
cannot.
keep thinking is every business she got, she dissolves. So
dissolve.
I'm
It all dissolves. She said, "Oh, you want embrace? Dissolve."
dissolve.
Marcel's like, what do you mean dissolve?
She
Okay.
said,
Right.
"Melody is going for the jugular." Do you hear
That's
me?
why I said she's trying to destroy.
Yeah,
you.
she's and then
See, watch her movement. My whole thing is when you done, you done. She's hurt.
done.
She ain't done.
yeah,
I
she's
don't
hurt.
want her to destroy the man. I don't
I
see
think
that
that
in
she's gonna.
her.
Yeah, I think she's gonna stop. I think this is just her hurt process. I think eventually she'll be like, "Oh, I need him to make money because I need him to help me take care of these children."
Exactly. And my whole thing is you don't want his life unequal to yours.
Yeah, you don't.
Because the reality is this, Melanie is going to need him at some point. If she's really on the up trajectory in life, she's going to need him to be in her corner to have her back. Because she's going to push him to the point where he will be able to get custody. Because Melanie is on such a high move up. She wants to pull her kids out of school so they can have a
Homeschool.
traveling teacher.
Yeah.
When she
Yeah.
said that, that's why I said, when I tell you that she's moving in a way that is good for her, but she may lose her children in the process.
Yeah, she has
Okay, I
14
hope that
kids.
doesn't happen.
I hope it
Oh,
don't either. But it might even be the best situation.
The last thing that I think we have is okay. So you notice that everybody who like Nene and every other people, when they leave Bravo and don't show up at the reunion, even Jacqueline, they get fired. Well, Miss LVP has 2 shows coming on. Vanderpump Dogs is going to be on Peacock, which is part of NBC streaming, right? And then she has a show coming on E where she's serving people food to eat. So why do you think they treat her this way and nobody else? What do you think is about LVP?
Who's the nobody else? I mean, because Candy has had a lot of shows.
No, not
Or
but
they
she
On
hasn't left.
Bravo.
That she has not left though. LVP
Yeah,
said, "I'm not coming to the reunion. I'm not showing up. I'm done
And
with the
usually their
show."
contracts are exited. And they're restricted like they did Kenya. When
Yeah.
Kenya got pregnant, Kenya was filming a baby show. And I don't even know if it was the baby show that I used to watch, when women give birth, or if it was the process, because they actually filmed things. But the
Yeah.
show never was able to go into fruition because they have a clause in their contract that says they can't do a competing reality show. Now, you can act all day long. If she had an acting show, she could do that. It has to be a competing show. So anything reality or documentary like done, she couldn't do.
She couldn't do. I love LVP. I feel like she's a boss. I'm happy that she's able to get these shows and do these things. But do you feel like this is kind of some of the
Favorite is some of the
treatment?
things that Nene was talking about.
Yeah. Do you feel like that's some of that? Because I mean, she did not show up to the reunion. You know what they do and how they get paid is the first half they get half of it during the show, and then the second half of the check they get for the reunion. So if you don't show up to the reunion, you don't get. But I guess she didn't need the money. But Jacqueline didn't show up to the reunion. Andy fired her on the spot. Nene talked bad about them. She's probably blackballed. But LVP has 2 shows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just. I wonder if this is a good look for Bravo or not.
I mean,
wish
they're
so.
really proving Nene's point.
Nene could have had other shows, right?
He could have.
I mean,
he could have.
so then,
Nene said
would y'all have watched
they've
them?
offered her shows, but they only offered her contracts.
Oh.
And I thought that was so interesting. She said, if you're going to have a show that's going to be about me and my family should get paid, not just me.
Oh.
And I wondered, is that how Candy writes up her contracts?
Because Candy's had what, 2 or 3 shows?
She's had several. She was filming one that I think that they stopped right before the pandemic.
About the old lady gang, right?
I think
they were going to do an old lady gang show. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will watch because I love Lisa Vanderpump, so I'm going to watch it. But, you know. So what we have left is what is here to watch. So I saw this show on Netflix that I think we need to watch, ladies. I don't know if I have a picture of it, but it's called Behind Her Eyes. So hopefully we can discuss that next week, maybe.
Behind Her Eyes.
Yeah, I don't have a picture of it. I thought I did. It's a white couple, and I don't know if they're having an affair with this black lady or what, but it's supposed to be very suspenseful and full of turns and tricks and twists. So, and then, yeah, I thought I had a picture, but I didn't get one. Dang it. And then Married to Medicine will start next week.
Yes, next Sunday. Yeah.
Next Sunday. So we have to add that to our list of things that maybe we'll talk about next week. Anybody else got anything that they think we want to talk about?
No. Today is supposed to be Fire on Housewives. It's coming on now. I like to be about 30 minutes behind when I hop in. So
yeah. So we'll watch that. That's gonna be definitely Strippergate's gonna be good.
Yeah.
I don't know about Basketball Wives. We might. I think Huntsville's gonna be great. Bell Collective may be okay. I don't know.
Well, we'll get to hear Tamron's real voice this week.
Oh yeah, I can't stand her voice. I think that was all we did good today, ladies. I think that's it. Oh, Salt Lake City reunion. Okay, I want to just talk about it real quick.
Okay.
So do you all watch that at all?
I don't.
No, but I hear I should. I don't watch.
I heard it
they
was
were
fire
talking about it on another show.
Yes, I
did
not
they
watch
said it was good.
If I don't watch a show, I still watch the reunion because reunions are normally the best. Well, everybody was saying that Mary was saying that she wouldn't go to a store if it was a group of black men outside, and they felt like she had reverse internal racism against herself. But when they showed the clip, it just to me seemed like she was saying when it was a lot of men outside. And then Jen said, "Do you mean black men?" But Mary never said black men. So I don't know if people are making that bigger than it is. And then another thing was Mary did say, "I'm attracted to white men." And they said, "Well, your husband's black." And she said, "Well, no, he's white." And they were like, "No, he's black." She was like, "Oh, no, he's light." So you all need to watch it. Yeah.
They said she hasn't slept with him in years.
They sleep in separate
That's
rooms.
what I saw on
That's her granddaddy. Okay, no, it's not her paternal granddaddy. Her grandmother, her maternal grandmother was married to this man. And
willed, they said, and willed him to her.
Yes. Yes.
But now I thought I heard that the will didn't really say that.
It did not. The
it.
receipts were not true. That's why y'all gotta watch it. It was not willed to her. The grandmother just said, "I want one of my girls to take care of you." And I'm thinking, well, why you let your mama do it? Instead of you. Your mama closer to his age than you. But she said that she's happy, they're happy. He takes care of her. If she wants this, he buy it for her. So
but she hasn't slept with him in years.
But they sleep in separate rooms.
Oh, well, that don't mean nothing. He
Yeah.
could be a snore or something.
But they do have a kid together, so they have slept together. They have a son.
Not necessarily, though. I guess they could have just went to the doctor and said, okay, put it in the cup,
Yes,
put it in the
that's true
turkey
too.
baster, and shoot it in.
You are telling the truth. I didn't even think of that.
But
Would you marry
don't
if
know.
you were willed to your grandmother's husband?
If I were real to marry somebody that much older than me that I once called granddad, I'm not sleeping with him if there's a turkey baster nearby. It just is what it is.
I would not. I don't think I could do it. But he supposedly, the grandmother had a lot of businesses, a lot of money, and he came along with that. And Mary was married before. I don't know if she divorced her husband to marry him, but
Oh God! Oh my God!
yeah, y'all got to watch the reunion.
I guess so. Okay.
Let's watch it. Or let me
That's
know when you watch
cringe worthy. But yeah, everybody been talking about it in them groups. And, you know, when I watch Energy, I look at, believe it or not, Michael Rappaport. When you have Real
it.
Housewives,
I like him.
his energy
Yeah.
was so high. It makes
Yeah.
you want to watch it.
Yeah.
It was,
He's
I mean,
funny.
the reunion is lit. I don't know about the show because they said the show wasn't that interesting. Like, it wasn't that crazy.
Yeah.
But the reunion they are going to get a second season because those ladies.
So for the
brought-
shows I haven't watched two of them. I don't watch that Salt Lake, but I hear that the reunion was really, really good. And I don't watch Love at First Sight, but they were talking about it on Cheryl's World the other day. They said that is by far the best thing on TV.
You've
They
got to
talk-
watch it, Kelly.
They talked about how good it was.
Nobody say that is the best reality show. That and Huntsville. Those are two things that I watch on the night that they're on. I usually try to wait till with Married at First Sight because it is 2 full hours. So I try to be 30 minutes, 40 minutes in, but I catch myself watching it in real time.
I'm going to tell y'all something.
Do
Married
that
at First
to
Sight. I don't yell at the TV on shows because I'm like normally, but I was like, I was so upset, and I should not be this involved. It makes my heart palpitate. It just
I cannot watch that show. I've tried.
You got to try, Kelly.
Yeah, obviously I need to try again.
Let's start episode 2. What's the good? Is episode 2?
But you know what? It just really. I don't normally watch the matchmaking episode, which is usually the first episode. I can't even think of this is probably the first time I've watched a matchmaking episode in 7 or 8 seasons because I don't like it. I don't care who you don't choose. You know, or who you pick, because that's where they highlight a whole bunch of people. And some of them they pick and some I don't care about that. And I usually don't watch the weddings because the weddings are there. I don't want to watch anybody get ready for a wedding. I don't care what you initially think about that person. I usually don't start watching until the honeymoon.
Girl.
So you haven't missed much because they haven't even gone home yet. They're on the way home from the honeymoon. Well, you kind of missed a lot.
I mean, you need to just, if you don't even want to watch the first one, start at episode 2.
Or 3. Not even
or
2.
3.
Really,
girl.
Because this is only the 4th episode, 3rd.
Yeah, 3rd or 4th. It's just out.
You can skip one. Definitely no.
I want to know your opinion of Paige, Callie, as a woman. Just
now, Paige is the girl that the husband said I don't find you attractive.
Yes.
Yeah, I did watch a little bit of that, but no, I haven't even watched it. I can already give you my opinion of her. Why are you still on the show? Just go home. He don't want you. But
I hope she does. They said they gave her the option. Pastor Kyle, he said we gave her the option to leave.
So she must be making a lot of money. Why else would you stay around?
Do they get paid a lot on this show?
No. But
that's from what I hear.
Okay, so the way that it allegedly works, I can't remember who the lady girl was. Maybe about 2-3 seasons ago, it was kind of something similar, where the guy wasn't attracted to the girl, and he actually told her to her face that when they had sex, that something died inside. He actually said that to her face, and was having sex with her. Wait a minute. And was having sex with her every night. His name was Yeah.
And she
And
was
so,
allowing it?
yeah, and he allegedly, you was wondering what was up with that. Well, you know, when they do their confessionals, they don't see it.
Oh, I got something else to say. Go ahead.
But
Oh, they don't see so she was with him and didn't really know that he didn't want to be with
yes,
her.
until one time they had sex, because they had and said he felt like something died inside. So when she does the confessionals, they were the professionals were
That is
thinking,
so
was this the
cool.
first time y'all had sex? She was like, no, we've had sex every night for weeks.
And he
That is a
said,
mess. That's dangerous. Y'all remember the Jenny Jones murders?
Yes.
Be careful with that stuff.
that girl, no. But yeah, look at this.
Oh.
Do you see this picture? Did you hear that? What's his name? Tyrell or Tyrone? That Sheree was
Tyrone,
with.
girl.
He's at the halfway house and he's released. And they are talking about getting married. Him and Sheree.
Girl,
Oh.
Got it.
What? Sheree
Yes.
with him? Wait a minute, did you say new pictures have come out?
Yes, it's up there. I don't know if you can see
Really?
it. But
Let me see. Oh my God, I must have cut it off. Hold on here. Oh my.
Oh, that was the old picture.
is this an old one? Is
It
that for him
seems
in
like
jail? He look like he got a prison outfit on.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, that is an old picture. Okay,
Yeah.
that's old.
Yeah.
So
But
he's
that's
out of jail. And
at a
he's,
halfway
you know,
house.
he's at the halfway house, and then he's ready to get to his house with Sheree. So are we thinking that maybe he's still doing some illegal things, and that's how the house got paid for? Because what is she
That's
doing
so
for a
Sheree,
living?
honey.
I keep wondering.
Sheree may have been smart though, and when she got back on this show, had to know that it was temporary, it could be taken away from her, and she just paid off their house. That's what I would have did. Because
Yeah.
I mean, Sheree was making really good money.
Atlanta
You
has
know.
always pretty much made money after they started getting those ratings. Like they paid them okay. Yeah. Now I know, I don't know. I don't think Potomac makes that much still.
I
They
don't
probably
think so.
do after season 5.
Oh yeah, this
Maybe
season they
so.
probably will. But yeah, I don't think they made that much. The
Yeah.
first season I heard they didn't even get paid.
You're kidding.
I heard it was tiny, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
like
they
they
barely
said,
got paid.
it was picked up. It wasn't, like I said, you remember,
Yeah.
it wasn't, if they didn't cast this show.
Mm-mm.
Well, so when Atlanta, their what do you call it? Demo?
Yeah, their demo tapes and demo.
Yeah, their demo tape. Have you ever seen it before?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, they just did a demo.
Yeah, they just did
They
a demo.
didn't film a whole season.
Mm-mm.
They all Potomac, they filmed the whole season and sold the show.
And then sold the show. Yeah. So they were just filming. So I
Yeah.
heard they didn't even get paid the first season.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So I'm just, if Sheree marries him,
Girl, they
she
hair
will-
looked so bad the first
they
season.
looked horrible. That's why I think you're right about Bell Collective. The first
Yeah.
season.
I'm like, why is everybody wearing a wig?
Because I don't understand why they all wear wigs.
Like, I mean, what happened to weave? What happened
Why
to
don't you
just
just put a few
so
tracks
long?
in?
Wigs
So
are so
it's-
much quicker. Wigs are so much quicker. Why sit and get a wig done? Just get a wig and get
But
a
you
needle
don't
and
need
thread
that
and good to
wig
go.
with the part that's as big as the Red Sea. You
But
just
I
don't
think
need
it's
that.
almost a southern thing because girls wear wigs here, but not like they do. My sister and my niece, I have a niece in college who is making crazy money. I wish I knew the name of her business where I can give her a shout out. She makes crazy money installing wigs in Birmingham.
I believe
And
it.
my niece is 21. She just turned 22 a couple of weeks ago. This is probably the first year for her birthday. I get 15 calls. Her telling me that it's her birthday to forward some money because she making stupid money.
That's crazy.
And she's young. She been wearing wigs at least 2 years.
I just can't wear no wig.
I mean, I've worn wigs, but not like that. Like they wear a wig,
Every day.
Yes,
I
don't get it.
I think once you start, if you are wearing it just because you think you're cute, I think you think you're cute. I think you keep it going. I really do. I just think you keep
Even
it
the
going, 'cause
white
your
ones
hair
wear
will
wigs,
always
though.
look-
You know that, right? Even the white
Yeah, I know.
people, And
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
they are well. Yeah,
Kim
they are.
Zolciak made a heck of whatever making wigs.
Yeah,
Wearing
they
Yeah,
wigs.
wear
yeah.
wigs. J Lo
And
wears wigs. All of them.
it could be the mentality of, well, if I'm gonna pay $150, $120 for one hairstyle,
Yeah.
you think about it,
Mm-hmm.
you might as well have it for a long time.
At least you
You,
can put it on the
Wow.
mannequin's head. Yeah. Because once you
and
take
you
the
can,
tracks out, you can't reuse them. I
you
don't
can't
think.
redo it. So maybe that's the mentality. I didn't even think about that. I guess my thing is, if you're gonna get it, have it installed. Because my niece, I need to send all of them to my niece in
Please
Birmingham.
send them to her.
Caleb Vincent in Birmingham, so she can do they wigs,
Because
because
them
her
wigs is
wigs look
bad.
good.
Did you see the pictures? I wish I would have had them. Is it Latricia? What's her name with the tow motor husband? Where they had pictures of her just
Look.
with her normal makeup on.
Yeah,
She
No,
she's
looks
cute.
so
I didn't
much
see those.
better.
And they make you look so much older. That, and
Yes.
let me also say this. This is, I hope this ain't sexist or something.
She
It's
did a
something to it.
disclaimer. It's a
It's
disclaimer,
gonna end
whatever.
with an itch.
Yeah.
Stop letting these men put y'all makeup on, because
Yes.
it looks so drag queenish. And look, it's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with drag queens.
I love drag queens. I watch RuPaul Drag Race. If we
But
can talk
you
about
ain't
it, I
trying to
will.
be no, it's so dramatic. The makeup is so dramatic that it makes you look 10, 15 years older. Yeah, they may have contoured your nose, but you don't look 30. You look 45.
You look casket ready, is what I'm gonna say. Casket sharp.
No, she
You
didn't.
look like a mortician who
I think you meant casket and not gasket. Is that what somebody had to
I
tell
said
Teresa
casket.
recently?
Oh.
Yeah.
who said gasket?
Teresa. Wait a
No,
minute.
she-
I was thinking about the preview I saw of Teresa getting gasket and casket mixed up.
Teresa messes up all the words, but yeah.
This is true. This is true.
But yeah, so I think that's it, ladies.
And to me, they're playing on this whole, it was an analogy. Teresa's too dumb to understand. I don't believe it. I mean, I say whatever you want. She may be dingy. There is a difference between dingy and dumb.
Yeah, she dingy.
She may be dingy, but she ain't dumb.
She ain't dumb. Teresa has so many businesses. She's got a great business.
Successful.
Just like Portia. Portia may be dingy, but
Yes.
Portia ain't dumb.
Yeah, she's dingy. And
She
I don't
dingy.
even see her as, and to me, I always see that as a vulnerability. When
Portia?
like when people mix up words and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because when you're thinking or you talking, they're aware that it's a camera there. But they're trying to be natural in the process. So sometimes, I mean, I've done it out here. While
Yeah,
I'm
we all
talking,
have.
I'm thinking through stuff because I'm trying to be natural, but at the same time, you're aware that you're in front of a camera.
And you want to seem intelligent, so you kind of overthink.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that happens a lot with Teresa. Like
a lot.
Yeah. And then sometimes I always say, don't use no new words in front of the camera. Let's stick with the ones we know.
He's a Myron. I said, do you mean a tyrant, baby? She said, I love celebrating Ramadan. Do you mean Ramadan?
Yeah.
You got to
just a quick before I forget this. This is something you can have at the next meeting. Put on the agenda. It's bedroom candy, okay? Because Candy has just put out a swing. That's all I got to say.
Does she always have CBD oil?
I've seen that swing before.
It's not new. I thought this was the first time in this advertisement. I need to go and look it up.
Did you see the ad about her having CBD oil now too? Like she's expanding.
Yeah.
So we should talk about her.
Oh, I'm a big push for CBD oil.
Yeah.
When I went to Vegas, my mom and them drugged me. I'm gonna blame it on my mama. And
blame it on the mama.
Drugged me, or my auntie and them, or cousins and them, drugged me to a dispensary. And I'll admit, I was curious. I just wanted to know what it looked like. You know, just the reality of legal weed, kind of fun.
It's a trip.
Yeah. So anyway, I went to a dispensary, and I'm the only one in the CBD case, because weed is taxed really high.
Yeah.
And I'm the only one that is in the CBD case, and my knee was hurting. We had did so much walking, and I had bought some CBD. It was like $70, but it was so good. Like rubbing it on my knee, like
Really?
because they were in there so long. I went to go sit in a car, and while I was in there, I just rolled up pants and rubbed it on my knee and let it sit.
You let it
Until
run
they
and
came
marinate.
out.
You let it marinate.
Yeah, and by
You
the time
know, that is too funny.
when they came, I was like, "This some good stuff." Like for real, for real. It's
Well,
some good
when I
stuff.
went to LA, we went to a few dispensaries. I don't smoke. I never have wanted to, but it was
I
called
can't
Cookies.
stand the smell of smoke.
The one that
I
I
don't
went
even
to,
understand it.
yeah, it was called
Me neither.
Cookies, and it looked like a bakery. And
Yeah.
when you bought the stuff, it came in a donut box or a cookie jar. I was like, this is so creative. And
Yeah,
it was
the stuff that
edibles, and they taste like peach cobbler. I mean, they had food names.
Peach cobbler.
Girl, they had banana pudding. I mean, and that was the name of the weed of the edible.
You know what? The only thing I've never done marijuana or whatever you do with it in my life. But one question I did have about seeing the CBD stuff everywhere now. If it's weed, how do you pass a P test to get a job?
It
Well,
doesn't have,
there's two different kinds
Yeah.
of CBD.
it's too
There's the
different.
kind
With
I
THC.
call- the bud tenders are so informative. That's what they're called, bud tenders.
Yeah.
It's two
Bud
different kinds.
tenders.
They're called bud tenders. The first
Okay.
they said that the kind that I got wasn't. It has no psychological effects.
Yeah, it has no
And
THC in it. No.
Well,
right?
they all have THC in it, but it's just it doesn't have an effect on you. It's like 0.03%. Well,
So then, what is it for?
for like
If it has
like,
no effect on you, what is it
not
for?
psychologically. Okay, it's two kinds. This particular kind that I had, it had no psychological effects at all. It was for like creams, and if you urinated, it would not show up in your urine.
Even though it has
So it's not
THC?
going to show up in your urine, but it's still helping whatever you're rubbing it on.
Correct. But the second
that's
kind, wait a minute, there's another CBD that's still legal because you can get it here in Missouri.
Yeah.
It has CBD. It has a little bit more CBD.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have it's really good for like going to sleep. Because they have like gummies and they have stuff with that kind of CBD. So they said that it may come up as a slight trace. I don't really have that kind of job where they would try, but
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm not trying.
And I will say this. I did take the gummy CBDs right before the pandemic. I actually started because for the very first time in my life, I had anxiety.
Yeah.
My father was sick,
Mm-hmm.
and I was anxious all the time. And actually my aunt recommended CBD, and I went to the head shops, and I actually got some. It was very helpful to me. And my father ended up passing last
So
March.
instead of being the weed man, they the bud tenders.
They're called bud tenders.
Okay, so it's not the weed man and girl
And
anymore.
see, I'm where I live. I'm literally only one exit from Alton, Illinois, and you know marijuana is legally recreationally there.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So
It is?
yeah, so in Illinois, yes.
I
You're
thought it
not
was
far from
Colorado,
Illinois.
California.
You can go there. Where you are. You're probably 2.5 hours from Illinois. I don't even think no.
Me.
Martinique.
Yeah, I am.
Because I'm 6 hours away.
Yeah, I'm close. Indiana and Illinois.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all you doing is going through Kentucky.
Yeah, Kentucky. I'm there. Yeah.
You're about 45 minutes from Kentucky border, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's probably an hour, so it ain't even 2 hours.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, but yeah, so you can get CBD. Can y'all get CBD?
Yeah, we can.
Man, okay.
Yeah, I see them here too.
Yeah,
you can get it.
I know
I just thought it didn't have the
always
THC in it because that would make
it's
it
2 levels. It's
illegal.
2 levels.
So it's 2 levels of THC. Okay.
Correct. And it might even be something else. Where I go, the head shop that I go, the creams and stuff don't hardly have any THC in them.
I think they have more of the hemp oil, kind of a
The oil.
I don't
okay.
think hemp
So-
oil has any. I don't like that crap at all.
yeah.
It
I
wasn't
haven't tried
really-
any.
Does the Mila Monique line have this kind of oil? Have y'all looked?
I don't.
Girl,
I,
that Amazon mess that she got.
y'all just need to go. Y'all need this. Is what I want y'all to do. One of y'all need to sign up for $6.99 class, and then the other
Oh,
one
is that how
needs,
much hers is? Mm-mm.
I wish
Hey,
I
come on.
would.
and then the
I'ma
other
let you
one
do that,
needs to
Joy.
go by her binder story /oils, and then I just need to hear back.
No.
'Cause
It's people that's buying that, girl, paying $60,
they are.
$69.99 for a set you can literally get on Amazon
I think that it's not gonna last,
for
Joy.
$22, $23.
Yeah,
People
It's
talking
not
about,
gonna
but it's
last.
about quality. Girl, you think her quality is any better?
her quality ain't no
No.
better than anybody else.
Some lemongrass.
Yes, honey. I do essential oils, and her quality is no different than the ones
I
for
love it.
doTERRA, from Young Living, from all those Amazon, and she charging 3 times more
Yeah, that's
than
crazy.
what those people are charging.
Mm-mm.
And I just don't understand. I know we like to support each other, but she says she don't need no little check, but she don't need y'all little pennies and dollars and cents.
Yeah,
Don't be going broke trying to take care of Monique with these binder
Right.
stories.
Exactly.
I'm not trying to take away from her income. If you want to do it, but just make sure you can afford to do it. Don't just do it because
Right.
you're a fan.
I'm gonna let y'all have that.
right.
Yeah,
I ain't
look,
doing it.
but we got
It's just like I wouldn't buy none of their stuff. Portia sheets, I heard are pretty good.
I heard they're
40
great.
bucks, but they $40. That ain't unreasonable. I pay.
I think
No,
I
that's a
would
good
do.
30
price.
bucks.
That's kind of
That
cheap.
ain't that ain't
That's cheap.
unreasonable.
That's cheap.
Yeah.
Nene Wigs.
I ain't
Love
buying
these
nobody.
Nene Wigs. But I ain't paying no, I wouldn't pay no $400.
Karen's wigs for like
Karen's wigs.
$7.
Wait a minute. Ladithia has wigs for sale?
Yeah,
didn't
she
know
has
she
a
had
whole
wigs.
I did not know
I
that.
didn't
She
either.
doesn't. She said in one of them talk backs when she was on the show, somebody asked her why she didn't feature it on the show. She said because Bravo. That's how I knew. She
Mhm.
said anything you
Oh.
feature on the show, Bravo gets a piece of.
They get like 24 to 30%. So you don't.
Yeah. So she does her own.
Oh.
She has a wig line.
But see,
She had-
Karen's wigs are higher than Nene's. They were like
Yeah.
$600-700.
But Kim has been pretty successful. What has she sold? She's
Kim,
they
she does a lot of those, like Fab Fit,
yeah.
the shakes. Like she
Yeah.
endorsements like Giselle does. They're getting their
No,
money.
I thought she
Who are you
had like
talking
a
about? Kim?
makeup
Which Kim?
line. Zodiac.
Kim does. They do have like
Oh,
a
Kim
makeup.
Zodiac.
What
She
you
got
call
a
a
lot
makeup
going on.
palette box? Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
A
they
palette
said
box?
she was real successful
She
with
does.
that.
It's a palette,
Yeah,
Jordan.
she got
Thank
a
you.
lot of things going
Yeah.
on though. I mean,
Yeah.
she really does.
But I don't
didn't even
wear
know
makeup.
she was selling the Beerman's Closet until the other day.
Yeah,
she
now
does a lot.
Giselle's
Stuff.
Everyday Hue was a decent price.
It was good.
all
It was a
about-
decent price.
Yeah, I'm all about decent prices.
Yeah.
You know,
so
you
she was
can't gouge
reasonable.
me just because you just slapped your name on a
And
box.
I'm thinking Candy's bedroom stuff is probably
Karen.
reasonable.
Karen
Um,
Huger.
But Karen's stuff is too high too. I wouldn't buy that.
Yeah,
I'm
and
gonna-
that's not really her wig line.
It's that guy,
Thank you.
right?
It's that guy's line that he slapped her.
Mhm.
He's using her as like a spokesperson.
And Robin's hats aren't that expensive. I don't
I
own
wouldn't
one.
pay $40 for a hat though,
Is
and
her
I
hat
like
40?
Robin. I would not.
I'd pay $40 for a hat, not those hats. Don't just look like cheap ball cap kind of hats. A church
Yeah.
type hat is different, but not
Oh,
those
I thought
hats.
You talking about like a winter coat hat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh, I
see
thought they
that.
were
I see that,
$20.
yeah.
They're 40.
That's like an everyday hat. I wouldn't pay that much. That look like something. It'll be different if it got your alma mater on it. I wouldn't even pay that for my, your school. Alabama A&M
Yeah.
had one of
I gotta admit, I almost bought Melody Holt's little hat and mask. She has a really cute one that she
I
sells,
had
but
seen it.
it's
How
really
much
cute.
is
But I'm thinking, well, heck, it'll be warm in 4 weeks, so I didn't get it just because of the time. I'm not gonna wear it. So anyway,
Oh well, okay. Well, I thought Robin's hats were like $19.99. I didn't know they was
No,
40.
they $40. I ain't paying that much. I ain't
Robin, go
paying
down
I'm
on
not
them
paying for her
prices,
wedding.
girl.
First of all, I'm not a hat girl. But if I'm gonna wear
Oh,
a
yeah.
hat, it's going to be something that it's a specific reason. It's homecoming weekend. I want my
Yeah.
t-shirt and hat to match.
Mhm.
It's such
I
it's
am a hat
family
girl.
reunion, and I'm gonna be
I'm a
outside.
hat girl,
I
and
like
hats are really
visors.
expensive. Yeah, I'm a
Hats are
hat girl, and hats are
expensive. I
really
don't wear
expensive.
hats.
Not her hat, though.
Yeah, my
Her, she
hair
doesn't
too
have that
thick.
nice hats
I
on.
But they
always
say
have
hers is
braids.
satin line, so that's why it's more.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we have anything else, ladies?
No, I think that's it.
Well, this was a good share. Next
Yeah.
week's gonna be even better.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna watch
hopefully,
Atlanta, and I'll be able to talk. You know what? I just realized as you guys we're talking tonight. I didn't even finish the whole Martell show this week
Who?
because I haven't
Huntsville?
seen the conversation with the brother. What do you call it? The episode Saturday. I guess
Huntsville.
I saw all of Huntsville. Yeah, I saw all of the previous one, but only the first few minutes of this one. So I'll be up late watching TV, and then I'll have more to say next time.
Yeah, say something next time, girl.
Yeah.
Well, y'all, it's
Oh
been
well,
great.
I gotta go. I just was looking on Facebook. They said, "Oh,
What?
whatever happened must be hot," because folks was like, "Oh, I've lost all respect for Housewives of Atlanta," and people like,
Oh.
yeah,
Oh, let
So
me
it's
turn
on
on the
now?
television.
whatever's happened, hot.
I thought it
Yeah,
came on
it's
at 8.
on
Oh, okay. I gotta go.
Okay,
I
bye.
gotta. All right, y'all be
No,
good.
it's on
We'll chat
now.
up with you
So
next
whatever it
week.
is, it's hot.
All right, be
All
good,
right.
ladies. Night
Bye,
night.
y'all.
Bye.